Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to our 25th show. First one of 2025.
Hey, everybody.
This is an interesting one where we didn't have a guest and we thought we'd try an open mic situation. And I did a community post earlier where I put the link for the chat, and there's one on the chat as well. So if anyone wants to pop in, then feel free. It might be someone that's been on the show before, might not be, and it might be someone who just comments and wants to go on screen. That'd be well good.
Yeah, it could be somebody that's never been on screen before. This would be a chance. First time for everything.
Exciting.
You're not going to get a more relaxed atmosphere than this. So this would be the time to give it a try.
Yeah. We've got books to talk about. I've got snacky things. So I have.
I've got a snacky thing that I know I'm pretty confident I'm not going to like.
Oh, really?
But it's original that we were given for the holiday. And so,
So you're going to eat it out of respect.
Out of respect. You never know. Sometimes I get surprised. So, I don't know.
So is it the description that makes you think, ooh?
Yeah.
You got to tell us now. You got to tell us.
You'll understand. Should we just do the biscuits first? Like
we used to do? Biscuits. Yeah, let's do the biscuits first.
All right. Should I launch into it now that I built up all the suspense?
Yeah.
All right.
What is this disgusting thing that you're gonna?
Well, I don't know. It's disgusting. It's just usually not my thing.
This is my favorite mug, by the way.
What? Oh, that's
my favorite mug. It's well good, isn't it?
That is well good.
And then what does he say on it? He says something. Oh, not a morning person. They've always got some kind of comment, haven't they? But it's a great picture. No. And it's a really nice. It's one of the biggest mugs I've got as well. It's massive, so it's quite good. Anyway, carry on.
So these are. I don't usually like this flavor to begin with, but you'll tell from the title that I think in this particular case it's going to be extra extreme. So the title is, these are, oh my God, pucker up.
What?
These are lemon flavored biscuits.
Oh, lemon flavored. No, yeah. I love that.
I know you would love it. You would love it. I don't usually like lemons so much. And the fact that they're called pucker up makes me think they're going to be especially sour. Eat it to believe it. So we'll try. You see how my face reacts. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I've talked about lemon puffs on it before, haven't I? I love them.
Can dogs eat lemon?
Yeah.
I don't know if dogs can.
They can't eat chocolate, but I think they can eat lemon flavored biscuits.
Be careful, because they can't eat grapes. Milk, egg, wheat, soy. There's no nuts, no chocolate. I'll have to look that up. Well, you probably won't like it, though. You probably won't like it. Let me try it first. Here we go. Look at her trying to snatch it from me. That's actually well good.
Nice. Nice.
No, that's actually pretty tasty. You would think from the name Pucker Up, you would think it would be like, you'd be making like a sour face, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually, it's very puffy. And so it's actually kind of mild. It's a nice, mild lemon taste.
Love that.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm here for the lemon.
I don't know, sweetie. I don't know if you can have this. Why don't you just stick with one of yours?
Can I just say that my mic is the same size as Olive's head? So I could pretend that's a dog's head next to me. my dog's over there. Well, one of them. One of them's over there.
So who's over there, Ralph or Chico?
Ralph's the one that's always sitting next to me. And Chico, bless him, he's in another world. I think now he's dead. We need to take him to the vets, but I think he's blind now because he sometimes misses where he wants to go, and he'll travel a massive journey around to where he wants to re-establish his path to try and get to where he wants to go.
Huh.
And yeah, and if you give him any kind of fuss, any kind of like stroking for a bit, he loses balance and falls over. he's definitely aged in the way that Ralph hasn't as much. I mean, Ralph has aged in the sense that he's a moaning bastard. But... so this is my chance. I probably did this last year. I don't know, but this is a chance for me to talk about Fox's Classics biscuit selection.
Oh, that looks nice.
They are so good at this.
Did
the
somebody
Fox's
give
company.
you a gift?
So this is we usually buy. We bought two boxes this year. So they're all over our supermarkets, and we used to buy more than two, but because of the diabetes, I get strict instructions to not eat them very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, the band tucked into these, so they've been started. So there's usually 2 layers. And as you can see, the first layer has been started. Whoa! I'm losing the biscuits. Oh my god!
Be careful.
I thought it was waterproof.
Ralph's gonna get those.
This is one that's not been opened. So this won't go everywhere. So this tells you what kind of selection you get. So there's a Jammy Dodger there somewhere. This is a Jammy Dodger there. Is it?
That's an interesting looking selection.
Yeah, the that one there is really thick chocolate. It's amazing.
Like milk chocolate?
Yeah, and it's like it's more chocolate than biscuit, that one. And then you've got various kind of oaty cookie type things. That one is really good as well. That's like probably an orange flavor, I think, that one.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're really cool. They're the Fox's packets are well good. And Victoria is another one. The Victoria boxes, very similar. Possibly more chocolate, but yeah, really awesome. So I've got one of those. So clearly, there's two that the dogs are going to have because they've appeared on the floor. That was very clever of me. Ralph, there's a biscuit on the floor, mate. Do you want to wake up? No. It's too much effort. He's like, no, sod that.
Which one you eating now?
So I'm gonna eat one of these, like this is like, you'd call this a chocolate chip cookie.
Those white chocolate chips?
Yeah.
That's
the white chocolate chips.
Nut? Oh, okay.
They're the white chocolate chips, yeah. So
good. Well, good.
Very nice. Very nice. Splendid. Marvelous. And then after this, I might go for the Jammy Dodger, actually. It's a little tiny one. Jammy Dodgers, when you buy the actual Jammy Dodger packet, they're normally bigger, but I'll probably have this one next. So there we are. And then I've also got some Stollen. Which oh my God, I've just put sugar frosted knife all over the book that I'm reading. That's really clever.
Oh.
But this is Stollen. This is I've been eating this for about a week, so I'm trying to be good.
Well, how big was it when you started?
Well, if you imagine the rest of so it's like that.
Okay.
So I've ate half of it. But I'm the only one eating it.
Like at the beginning of the week?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You're pretty well behaved there.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably had a lot of other things in between.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you sound like my wife.
I mean, we see you've already dug into the first.
Actually, you sound exactly like my wife. She's got exactly the same tone. She's got a really deep voice and an American accent. And we've got a hazelnut Stollen as well that I could eat.
Ooh.
Which is very nice. But I haven't opened that yet. Oh. And if I do get a little bit peckish and I think, I won't have any sweetie things, I've got some pork pies I haven't sucked into yet.
You always come I bring one thing for bit, except for rare occasions, like when Yuri sent that box. I brought one thing. for a biscuit. One biscuit.
Yeah, but I've got to keep going. It's nearly midnight.
You come like you're getting ready for the apocalypse. You always have a whole like.
I love that. We're in our bunker. And I go, don't worry, guys. I got some Stollen.
I know where to go if there's ever a cataclysm. I know where to go.
Right. Next time, I'm going to eat some cold baked beans.
I know whose shelter is going to have all the food, all the good food.
Twilight Zone episode, The Shelter. Come on.
Excellent one.
One of the best.
That might be top 10. Top 10. Yeah, that was a good one. Right. What do you think? You want to catch up here?
Let's say hello to the people. Still no guests, though.
We'll get somebody.
Constance.
Hey, Constance.
Hi, Constance. Constance said earlier she's bought some biscuits, which is very cool. So,
okay.
Yes, we're looking at the biscuits, Siri. Hello, nice to see you. Our producer's here. Elaine says hi. She's still streaming. Oh yeah, Elaine's still streaming. She started doing Thursday night streams. Cheeky woman.
Oh, Erie. I finished the box of chocolates, cookies, all gone. Nice. I had a little help, which I couldn't prevent, but I did thoroughly enjoy them.
You got.
Hey,
tell you
Greg.
What, combination of that and my cup of tea is awesome. Can't beat that. They say
I got a cup of tea tonight.
Have you got a cup of tea?
I got a cup of tea.
That's awesome.
For real. Yeah.
Cheers.
I figured I'll probably look weird without that goblet, right? I figured I'm gonna try this. I keep hearing about this dry January thing.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try that. I probably won't last long, but you know, I've made it to the second so far. So
yeah,
one day down, 30 to go.
One day down. Good luck. That's awesome though. They say when you drink a cup of tea and then your question, should I have a biscuit with it? A drink's too wet without one. That's a phrase.
Do you always have biscuits with your tea, or do you sometimes just drink?
Yeah. No, I feel weird if I'm in a situation where I have to, like say I've got a cup of tea on a train. I've got a cup of tea before I get on the train. It's well weird not having a biscuit. It's like, what's going on? This is bollocks.
Always tea? No coffee for you?
I occasionally have a coffee, and I was tempted a minute ago, but I thought, no, I'll go with actually enjoying the drink rather than worrying about caffeine. Because sometimes if I'm knackered, I might have a coffee because it's stronger and keep you awake more. But I don't enjoy it nowhere near as much as a cup of tea. There's something very special about.
I bet you're probably a black coffee guy, right?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
White coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. I was reminded where that line comes from, the I like my coffee like I like my men black, and that's from Airplane. It's a little girl that says it in Airplane, isn't it?
Oh, is it? You know, I need to rewatch that movie. It's been so long.
It's amazing. Yeah. Brilliant. Greg says hi. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Oh, here we go. So Constance, my niece brought chocolate dipped Biscoffs for New Year's. Nice.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I didn't know there was such a thing. I don't think I knew there was such a thing.
That's your New Year's resolution, to find chocolate dipped Biscoffs.
Yes, I love Biscoff cookies. I mean, I probably talked about them incessantly. So chocolate.
Yeah, Happy New Year. This is a general Happy New Year message to everybody. William's here. Hi, William.
Hey, William.
Thank you so much. William's always here. It's awesome. Big supporter. What we do. I know. 2 days ago, Dave said, our show's in 2 days. I'm like, what? Because nobody knows what day it is between Christmas and New Year, because you don't need to know, because most people are off, aren't they? Except for emergency services like supermarkets. Those and sometimes nurses are important, but clearly supermarkets need to stay open all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody knows the day, but we know now because we're on a Thursday schedule. So this is a message that I'm going back to work in a couple of days.
Plus, it would have been easy to forget because this is the third live stream together in 5 days.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You think we got a problem?
Yeah, that's
I
it.
have a
Yeah,
little bit of
we're
a problem.
addicted. Yeah. Yeah. And to be fair, it's quite impressive that people are here because they might have thought, I'm going to watch them again. Jesus Christ, I've had enough of them.
Yeah.
Jane says, woohoo.
Oh yeah, January 3rd already for William. That's right.
Wow. Yeah, she's ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'll be reaching January 3rd soon. Not that I'm necessarily trying to get rid of the year. Next year will be interesting. I think there's lots of things setting up for me that I think next year will be good, but who knows what's going to happen in the sense of the general world. I mean, this could be a crazy year, but you know.
Yeah.
Erie says it's one of those weird blobby days. Yeah, absolutely. Gavin,
Hey,
if you want
Gavin.
to pop up, if you want to say hello, the code's in the top. Nice to see you. Same with Jenny. Jenny likes directing us from behind.
Yeah.
Which sounds rude.
Same with MJ. MJ.
Yeah,
And if you
I
want.
should not be here.
No, nobody needs to stay for 2 hours. You can, you can come in for 5
We're
minutes.
tempting her. So that's like her version of dry January. Look, she's like literally trying to make sure she doesn't have any fun. Taking out all sugar from.
Yeah.
But apparently, that would take out your bread, wouldn't it? Apparently, you got 3 times the amount of sugar in your bread than UK.
Really?
Apparently,
well, what kind of bread, right?
Scientifically, legally, or whatever you want to phrase it, as far as where it goes in the foodstuffs in our, because there's like certain taxes that go to sugar and stuff in this country, it's considered cake. Your bread is considered cake because there's so much sugar in it.
Under UK law, it's considered, under UK regs, it's considered cake.
How mad is that?
Yeah.
It's no wonder I get nervous when I go into your shops when I go over there.
It makes you feel better about eating all the sugar you eat, right?
Well, I don't normally buy bread because I want a sugar hit. I normally buy bread because I want some bread, but I want to put something in between it and make a sandwich.
Now, do you guys have a lot of is garlic bread a big thing over there?
Garlic bread is like essential if you're having like Italian food. So if you're having bolognese or lasagna or something like that. I don't know how much garlic bread is done separately. We've had garlic bread at work when they've done a meal, like some food for the staff, and it's been a bit random. They've done it with a curry or something. You just go, oh, thanks. But obviously you'd expect poppadoms for a curry. But yeah, garlic bread's pretty common. We have a lot of garlic bread. We used to have Ali used to, when we were first together, she used to make pizzas from scratch. She used to buy a pizza base, and then she used to make the rest of it and stick it in the oven. And we always used to buy garlic bread to go with it. So that was like, because we always used to have garlic bread in the freezer, but we don't do that as much now.
What about the garlic knots? You ever have those over there? Little
garlic knots? They like tiny little.
Yeah, they're kind of like tiny little ball things.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Like people have them. Yeah, I'd rather have a loaf, and then you cut it, and then you got I'd rather do it that way. But yeah, that's the thing as well. Brown sugar is marginally healthy. Yeah, brown bread is more healthy than white bread as well. So brown is better than white. You've heard it here first. Pork pies. Oh, okay. I'm changing the rules a little bit, so apologies. I'm going to quickly skim through these quick because they've got a couple of guests waiting to come in, which is awesome.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea who they are, so it could be like my mum or something, which would be absolute miracle. It breaks out a trifle. I don't like trifle. Not really, not massively. I used to.
I don't know.
I'm not a massive fan of jelly. I'm not. So what do you call jelly? Do you call it Jello? Is that jelly?
Maybe.
The wibbly wobbly thing.
I think. Yeah, the really like it where it's basically just It's basically just like gelatin, basically, in a
Yeah,
flavor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that jelly?
Yeah.
A Jello? It's Jello, isn't
We
it?
call it Jello. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a massive fan of
Yeah.
that. So usually the creamy bits of trifle I like, but I'm not a massive fan of jelly.
Yeah. Our jelly is like jam, but like not healthy version.
Yeah.
But everyone. Yep. Thanks, MJ.
Oh wow, William's going to be 40 on the 20th. That's a 28th. That's a big number.
Ooh.
Have a great birthday celebration. You have to do a live stream yourself. Get everyone on. You make me sound so bossy, especially. Let's see if she's actually in. Let's see who these people are. Let's get them on. Oh, Brill. So we've got Greg and we've got MJ.
Hey,
Nice.
MJ.
I was aware that you were waiting far too long. I thought I'd bring you on and then carry on with the comments.
Hey,
oh,
guys.
there's another one. There's another one. Jesus. Oh, no, it's not. It's another. Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Hey. Here we go.
Hey!
Awesome. So Greg's here. Yeah, this is a reproduction of the film quiz, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not quite.
Almost.
Yeah. If we were to call Greg Kim, then it would be. But we don't. But it's trouble. You look so alike that I just got confused. Yeah, happy birthday, William. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my 40th. Sat watching Lord of the Rings with nothing but junk food.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say something about what you were wearing when you said with nothing but, and then you said about food. 6 guests. Yeah. Oh, we might get William. That'd be cool. We haven't had William as a guest yet. What's the matter with us? We need to do that. And then Jenny's saying hello to everyone. Awesome. Right. Brilliant. So have you guys got snacky things with you?
No, I came in here to yell at you all.
For eating snacky things?
I'm doing no sugar January and dry January. So watch you guys.
Wow, you're just a glutton for punishment.
I know. So
how are you going to find food in America with no sugar in it?
Well, it's just no added sugar, no candy, not like super sweet. So I'm like, making sure the ingredients, like I had an orange this morning, that's approved, none of the refined stuff, like no cookies. So I'm trying, but I'm watching you guys, and I'm like, you're all like I'm trying to be in recovery here, and you're Jones.
We will feed your habit. I've heard that for diabetics, grapefruit is really bad. Like tons of sugar, more than most fruit. Grapefruit, you've got loads of sugar in it, and bananas, really sadly. So I love bananas, but apparently they're not really good.
I think if you pair that with a protein, you're good. I think it's just about how it enters your bloodstream. So if you have egg whites and grapefruit, you're better off than just having the grapefruit. Does that make sense? So
if I get a banana, unpeel it, and then crack a raw egg on the top of the banana.
No.
And eat it like that.
Chicken.
No. Or maybe put the banana in some Greek yogurt or something.
I'll say it out loud. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try raw egg on a banana.
That just sounds so disgusting.
It really does.
If you do that, you better make a short.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a name. It'll be a new thing. It'll be a trend that takes over TikTok. Someone will take my video and put it on TikTok because I ain't got a TikTok account anymore. Yeah, it'll be a great thing. What do you reckon, Gav? Do you reckon we could do that? Banana and egg combined.
What do you call it? Things I don't want to eat.
Things I'm eating because protein kills sugar or something.
Well,
now he's
I'm putting these over here.
He's going to be asking you for all sorts of combinations now. Like if I eat an entire chicken liver, can I eat a whole package of these biscuits?
Yeah. There's jammy Dodgers combined with a chicken leg.
Oh my god! There's actually a dude on TikTok that does that. He has one of those like glucose things or whatever. And he'll check his blood sugar. Like he'll eat something. Like he'll just have like a bowl of cereal, and he'll check his blood sugar and show it on the monitor. And then he'll have the same meal the next day, but he'll stick it with a protein to see like if the blood sugar drops or whatever. If you do that, try and take like a scientific edge to it, but make the combos disgusting. It could work.
I'm going to just say very quickly, I'm hoping nobody's watching this, but every time I test my sugar, it's way too high.
You don't say.
So I've got an appointment I've got to make. I've got a very angry text actually from the doctor. She's like, Mr. Howells, you need to blah, 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 because I need to check your blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, mate. This is practically in capital letters, the way she's phrased it. It's like, do you want me to see you?
She watches every Thursday. She knows.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to set up a thing, like an investigation into the ADHD thing, and it was ridiculous because it was like, I phoned up on a Tuesday, and they said, you need to phone up on a Thursday to book an appointment. I was like, really? Yeah. Are you telling me, just in case I don't understand, I can't book an appointment now. I have to be on a Thursday. Yeah. Okay. And make sure it's before 2 o'clock. So like, what? So I got a phone on a Thursday before 2 o'clock. Remember, I'm checking ADHD, right? And she's like, yeah. But you have to be, that's clearly I haven't done it because every time I think about it, it's not that time on a Thursday. It's ridiculous. So yeah. I don't know if I'll get back to these people. Do they want to see me or not? Gav, do you have pork pies at Christmas?
No.
What? Do you have sausage rolls?
Sausage rolls, yes.
Right.
We make them. My wife makes them.
You make them nice, homemade sausage rolls. That's very cool.
Don't
Are you going to
often
eat
do
that
pork pies.
Oh, sorry.
I used to work at a pork pie factory.
Oh, did you? So you know what's in them. What's in pork pies, Gav? Freak out the Americans.
Have you ever wondered how they get the egg in the gala pie? Someone on minimum wage with clean hands putting it.
Well, I know that there's a gap in the meat, and then this goes in.
Yeah, there's something that injects the gelatin in as well. So yeah. You're not going to want pork pies if you want me to talk.
No, tell me what. I know that it's not proper meat. I know it's like teeth and all sorts in there, isn't it? What if I eat the pork pie, right? So you got the pastry. Let's do a little cooking moment. So we've got a pork pie, classic British pork pie. These ones are really. Oops, that's another one gone. Dogs, you're gonna have a lovely evening tonight. Clearly, I've got too much around me.
You can't eat all that stuff. Be careful what you're dropping on the floor.
So, like, speaking for the Americans, we don't have that over here.
You don't have a pork pie at all?
No.
I've never seen that.
No.
You've never seen a pork pie?
No.
But I know Greg's a well-traveled man. He's been around Europe millions of times. He goes every week around Europe. And you've never seen a pork pie in like other countries?
No. I
Greg for Greg's.
Yeah, and this is a big bakery place called Greg's. That's huge over here. So clearly...
So you got to take a full big bite so that we can see the inside, like a full cross section of the inside there.
Don't choke.
No, but what it looks like is hilarious. Right. What it looks like is a mess. And Gavin, you tell me what they're looking at.
It's the finest mechanically recovered meat and gristle, swept off the warehouse floor of an abattoir. Lovingly encased in the cheapest flour you can find and some emulsified fats.
Oh God. But yet you won't eat our bread.
Yeah. I'd rather eat
like
a cow's tooth and bits of their gums and all sorts of things. I don't know what it was. Is there testicles in this?
If you're lucky.
It's been lucky. Yeah, come on. I'd like to have a bit of testicle. And that's still better than sugary bread. But yeah, pork pie. I love pork pies, and they're good ones. So maybe that's proper meat, Gav. What do you reckon? What's the chances?
I think there are rules now that it's not likely to be horse any longer. But yeah, you should be good.
That's cool. They put out laws. It's got to be at least 30% meat.
Who's read The Jungle by Upton Sinclair?
Say again?
Who's read The Jungle by Upton Sinclair?
That is a meat packing thing, isn't it?
That was the novel in the early 1910s, maybe 1900s. Was set in a Chicago meat packing plant.
Mm-hmm.
That that changed the rules of how America made meat, because it was just so disgusting about what he described going into the sausages.
Yeah. Sausage is another example, isn't it? Yeah. And burgers. Burgers, like, what was it? Someone told me that McDonald's were taken to court by a vegetarian because they were given the wrong burger, and McDonald's won the court case because they proved that it wasn't meat, that they were giving him in a proper meat burger.
Oh my god!
Is that true?
This is also, yeah, it's true. It's true. This is also 5 days out of date, so if it was proper meat, it'd be worse for you, wouldn't it? I probably got ill, but I probably won't now because who knows what's in there.
Oh.
So I could eat it 3 weeks later, couldn't I? Probably. I'm bad for that sort of thing. I had a sausage roll at work, and it was sitting there on the side for a while. And my mate, who was like a learning support guy, he kept looking at it, and every day he'd go, "Are you going to eat that?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to eat that at some point when I get around to it." And it was there for ages. And I said, "I'm going to eat it now." And he's going, "Don't eat that. Yeah, that's been there ages." I said, "That's all right. I'll be all right. What's the worst that could happen?"
What's the shelf life?
Well, if it's out of the fridge, it should only be a day probably, but it was there for about a good couple of weeks.
Is that Christmas pudding that I had on whatever, I don't know what day it is, whatever day it was, that has a 2-year shelf life. 2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a Twinkie.
Yeah. Survives the apocalypse.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So Constance says banana
Christmas cake you can just put in a tin and leave it for a year, and yeah.
I think there was the same thing.
As soon as you fed it.
I think that's what MJ was eating, wasn't it? Was it a Christmas cake kind of thing?
It was Christmas they called it Christmas pudding, but it was Christmas cake, and then I frosted it.
Yeah, because you said there was marzipan and icing on it, wasn't it? Which is like old style traditional thing. Yeah. Cool.
I didn't like it.
The Constance says banana and peanut butter and bacon. Ooh,
it's good.
Banana, peanut butter and bacon.
You get a slice of bread.
Sandwich.
Slice of bread, peanut butter, sprinkle a little bacon. It's good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, you like your bacon really sweet, don't you?
I just dig bacon.
I like bacon, but I wasn't impressed with the bacon in New Orleans, I've got to say. So I'm hoping bacon in New York would be good because that'd be the next.
Crispy bacon.
It was hilarious. Crispy bacon over here still tastes of the bacon, but in New Orleans it was definitely crispy. But it was just like it looked like it had gone through the apocalypse. It was just black, and I thought, yeah, well done. That was impressive. I'm sure most people could cook bacon like that.
About how to I like my bacon when my wife says it's British style because it's raw. You hold it up and the bacon flops around a bit. But she likes bacon. She likes her bacon cooked crisp. So you hold it and it doesn't. If you hit it, it'll like crumble.
Yep.
So MJ's a crumbly bacon girl.
I like crunchy. I like crunchy.
Yeah, I like crunchy, but because I don't like it like raw. But it was well too much in New Orleans. It was just burnt basically. So hey, Cajun stuff. Yeah, put a fancy word on it. It was still burnt. I was actually on Greg and Alan's show. In 2023.
I think he showed up for a live show.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny's backing me up, I think. For scientific purposes. That's why I'm eating the pork pie. She's got my back. I mean, Scotland brought out the battered Mars bar, so you know.
Battered Mars bar?
Yeah, you can get that in a chip shop. You can get a battered Mars bar in a chip shop. That's not very healthy.
Oh, like a deep fried Mars bar is what.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I've never had one. I think that's. Although I have had. I used to get a Chinese takeaway. When I was little, I always used to add banana fritters, which is like deep fried banana. So I did like do like that, and it's kind of similar, I suppose. It's Matt. Hello.
Hey.
That's awesome. We haven't had Matt on our show, have we?
You should.
Yeah. Let us know when you want to do it. Listen to your doctor. Yeah. At least I blame my doctor before I obey a cop. That's true. Teeth, your pork pie is going to bite you back. So doner meat. Yeah. People love doner kebabs, but they don't know what they're eating.
What is doner?
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Doner, it's like a lamb. It's lamb, and in like Turkish takeaways, they're everywhere around here. Kebab shops, and I've got 3 at the end of the road. At each road, there's like so many around here. They're like pubs, and yeah, they've got like a revolving lamb doner thing that they cut up. I don't know if you've seen them. They cut the slices off. As it's revolving on the thing.
Talking like Donner Party meat or something.
Donner Party meat. Don't know what that is.
You know what the Donner Party is?
No.
MJ?
No.
Dave? You know the Donner Party?
Mm-mm.
They were stranded in the Colorado mountains somewhere in the late 18th century, early 19th century.
Is this when they ate each other?
That's when they ate each other.
To be fair, it might be. It might be human remains. Who knows?
I'm thinking, I don't want to eat someone else.
In a kebab shop, I either get an egg burger or I get a chicken kebab. That's what I do myself. But is a pasty a pork pie? No, a pasty is very different from a pork pie. Pasties do have some random things in it, though. But if you pay a lot of money for a pasty, you can get a better quality pasty with proper food in it. Cheap pasties, don't know what you're eating, but pasties are amazing. So pasties is a thing, obviously made famous in Cornwall, but they're everywhere as well. And I said to my mother this morning, "Do you want me to get you some pasties tomorrow?" She was, "Yes, please."
But it's basically just like a bread or pastry, like stuffed with something.
Well, you don't have
Yes.
We have pasties.
Yeah, pasties.
But we have pasties as like fundraisers. So like a school or somebody will be selling pasties. So basically it almost looks like an apple turnover. But instead of apple, it's like beef and carrots and potatoes and whatever. It's almost like a stew on the inside.
Yeah.
And then you just put the whole thing in the oven, warm it up, and then you eat it.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a chicken pot pie.
Yes, but it doesn't look like a pot pie. It looks more like a, I don't know what you want to call it,
it's like triangle shape.
Like a dumpling, almost like a huge dumpling.
It's not really triangle shape now. It's like
it's like
a half circle. Yeah,
like a half circle.
Huh.
Yeah.
But
I haven't had one of those.
Yeah.
You guys need to just watch the Great British Bake Off to learn all our foods. But sometimes something to add to MJ's list for next time she comes to visit.
I'll try it. I'll try that, and I got haggis on the list.
Haggis, oh my god!
Yeah,
I've had haggis once, and it was the weirdest experience. I kept going, oh. There's about 5 different tastes going on, and I don't think any of them were pleasant. But it was just weird. So yeah, haggis is an adventure. It's like you tried black pudding, didn't you?
No.
Did you try black pudding? Oh yeah, I thought you tried black pudding. Black pudding's weird as well. And that's just pig's blood that's been fried, and that's got a weird taste as well. But when Americans try the full English breakfast on YouTube, they love it, but they always try black pudding, and I don't know anybody who has black pudding in their breakfast. There's always an option that people go, "I ain't gonna have that," and when you order it. Do you have it, Gav? You like black pudding?
If I have a full English, if it's there, I will have it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And Bubble and Squeak.
Oh yeah, Bubble and Squeak's awesome. Bubble and Squeak sounds very British, doesn't it? Sounds like a cute name. Bubble and Squeak is leftover veg that you fry the next day. That's what Bubble and Squeak is. It's like cabbage, broccoli, whatever, carrots, whatever, like fried the next day. That's what Bubble and Squeak is.
You guys are just funny with your names. Bubble and Squeak.
We love our nicknames.
We my wife and I just went back. We just went for breakfast back to that. Remember that the British shop that I told you?
Yeah.
actually Erie discovered for me nearby. So we went back for breakfast again. What was it? A week or two ago, and I had what was it? You guys have like a brown sauce sometimes that you use on the breakfast sandwiches. What's that called again?
It is
Daddy sauce.
Brown sauce.
Remember, Brian was laughing because I kept calling it daddy sauce.
Yeah, what's it really called though?
It's sometimes called daddy sauce, but sometimes it's just called brown sauce.
There is a brand called Daddy's. There's also one called HP, which is House of Parliament, not.
Oh, it was called HP. It was called HP.
HP sauce.
Yeah.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I had it. It was good. I was a little nervous about it because
it's nice. It's spicy. There's a lot of tamarind in it. It's really
like
nice.
a little like A1 sauce, you know.
Yeah.
So it's making me a little nervous, but I tried it. You know, it was
I prefer it to ketchup.
I think it was the only sandwich with bangers, and that's why I wanted. That's why I got it. I think because I wanted.
Yeah, brown sauce goes well with sausages, and like full English. I'll put brown sauce on most of the ingredients of a full English breakfast.
Yeah.
Like the eggs, the beans, baked beans, brown sauce and baked beans is awesome.
You had that for breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the full English breakfast has beans, egg, sausage, bacon. Sometimes chips. What else is on a full English? Tomatoes, like fried tomatoes.
Yeah. Tomato, mushroom.
Mushrooms. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Yeah. So that's usually a full English. There's someone waiting for the chat. Who's that? Oh my God! Look at that.
Hey,
Jim.
How's it going?
That's awesome. So we've now. It feels like we've become more sophisticated having Jim on for some reason. We all need to speak better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat.
Hello, Jim. Hello.
We are talking about pork pies and pasties.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if William was coming on.
Yeah.
Actually,
I've got,
I'm going to tag team out. So if somebody wants to take my spot,
I have to leave in a couple of minutes myself. So
yeah,
this is great though. If we have a little revolving door, then that's lovely. Get more people on. It's lovely. Thanks guys for popping in. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So we need to, before I carry on with the comments, Jim, do you eat pork pies and pasties? And have you had the full English?
Yeah. Well, we're Canadian, right? So I mean, at heart, we're British subjects. So yeah. I mean,
so you get forced to eat it.
Pretty much. Yeah, I love them. My wife actually made for Christmas. She made a tortilla, like pork and beef meat pie for the holidays.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
I was watching
really good.
There was. I keep seeing these things come off my feed, like Americans react to British things or British things. No, American things that people don't realize are British. And you just mentioned A1 steak sauce, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah.
And that originates from London.
Oh.
Because that was originally made for the king when it was done in like the 18th century or something. And then it lost popularity because HP, we just mentioned HP sauce, and that got loads more popular over here than A1 steak sauce. So they stopped making it over here, but since then it's got really popular over in America. It's funny, isn't it?
I like A1 better, actually.
Yeah. And I'll try it. I'll look for it. I'll try it. Sometimes we get things like generically called burger sauce or barbecue sauce, and that just sort of depends on whatever company's making it as far as what it tastes like, you know. But another part of that video which I thought was amazing was the thing about, you know, like, oh, that's as American as apple pie. Well, apple pie comes from Britain. So that was like great listening to that, and the guy was reacting going, oh my God, you know, but he wasn't going, he was going, oh my God. You know, I can't say too many words in American accent. My accents are terrible, but you know, he went, "Oh my God!" So America, but it makes sense because Britain and Europe have been around for a while, haven't they? So it does make sense. We would have come over and taken stuff with us when we emigrate into America, don't we? So it does make sense. But he was well shocked. It was really funny seeing his reaction. He was going, "What? Oh, what?" But I didn't know that your graduation music, this is all in the same video, your graduation music is Land of Hope and Glory. So there's a song that is pretty much like the second national anthem over here, We've got like God Save the King, and then but there's also Land of Hope and but you have that in your graduations, which is hilarious because you think you'd want something like the Stars and Stripes or something, you know. So.
The guy that wrote Land of Hope and Glory also wrote a load of ghost stories.
No way.
Arthur Benson, so E.F. Benson's older brother.
Oh, I think I read about these guys. There was a whole family of them, wasn't there?
There's three brothers. All of them wrote. All of them wrote ghost stories. All of them sort of rebelled. Well, sort of rebelled. One became like a Roman Catholic priest. Their dad was the Archbishop of Canterbury.
That's right. Yeah.
So becoming like a Roman Catholic priest was a bit of a. I suppose it counts as rebellious, but it's a really weird way to do it. And a mother that had some issues trying to keep a family together. They had an elder sister who had some mental issues. They had an older brother who died, in sort of like prime of his life. It's a really weird family. All of them complete overachievers, but very strange. It's a great story of the family.
Yeah. One of the monthly wrap-ups, I talked about the family in general, not as well as you did just then. Because I read about it in the Twilight Zone magazine that I was reading, because there was a feature about them and one of their stories, or two of their stories. Yeah, I read one of them, which was a ghost story. Yeah, interesting. So he wrote Land of Hope and Glory, which is just as boring as our proper national anthem.
Who was the oldest son in that case? Like that's what I'd be curious. Like, did the oldest son get all the money and all the property and all the estate, and then all the rest had to kind of do something to make money?
I think the mother lived till she was quite old, and so the oldest son was in his like 50s or something. So I think he did come into the money, but there wasn't a lot of money in being Archbishop of Canterbury. It wasn't like a very well paid position. So there wasn't like a huge estate there. They all made their money from writing, basically.
Cool.
Right. So Trader Joe's has steak and stout pies. There's over here, the most common steak pie. I don't know if it's still true, actually. There's a lot of just steak pies now, but for years and years and years, the steak and kidney pie was a thing.
Maybe I'll go pick some. We have one of those right here. That's where you get a lot of the biscuits from. Maybe I'll go pick some up tomorrow and try those.
Get some pie.
And report back.
Yeah. We'll do a special. Peter Book Lover's here. Hello, mate. Hey, awesome.
Hey.
Proper Christmas pudding will outlast all of us. Oh, Jim's in the chat.
How are you in the chat?
Because that was probably 20 minutes ago.
He's a little behind on his comments.
Gareth. Yeah. Hello. You got Jenny going. Hello, Jim. We got a question we need to address. So, what is the first book of the year? So, what are you currently reading that you think will be the first thing that you tick off as your first completed book? Do you reckon, you guys?
I read it today, and it's a Sweet Valley High with a vampire.
Oh, nice.
But I'm going to start tonight. It's a trilogy.
Flash by George MacDonald Fraser yesterday.
The Flashman one.
Yes.
Was it good?
It's good. It's going to be a taste if you can put up with his character, but I loved it.
Right. Is it a bit dated?
Yes and no. Because he talks like someone in the 1840s, 1850s would talk. So.
Yeah. That's cool.
There's some casual racist comments.
Right. Yeah, that's inevitable, isn't it? Yeah. What about you, Gav?
I am halfway through Betty Zane by Zane Grey. Yes, his first book, which also ticks the casual racism box.
We all need to tick that box.
It's of its time.
Yeah.
So, it's good. It's not the best Zane Grey I've read, but it's like a historic. It's more of a historical than it is a western at the moment.
I've only read one Zane Grey book in the first June on the Range, and I was actually really impressed with the writing. I thought the actual prose itself was was better than I was expecting. I thought it was quite good.
He writes nature very well.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, setting the scene was really good. Yeah. I need to get better at doing that. But what about you, Jim?
I'm reading Christmas at the Mysterious Bookshop, a book of short stories. I got 2 of them for Christmas. There's 2 volumes, so I'm reading through those 2, and they're just fun little short stories by famous mystery authors set at Otto Penzler's Mysterious Bookshop.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're a lot of fun.
Okay,
Dave.
I just started this one. My daughter gave me for Christmas. Ice.
I'm gonna try and see.
Oh
wow, that's one that I've got. I did a video where I talked about 12 vintage science fiction books that I'm definitely going to read this year, and that's one of them. But that was going to be later on in the year. But yeah, that's cool. So how far in are you?
40 pages.
40 pages. Is it written in a way that you really got to kind of?
No, it's very readable. It's very readable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Olive's almost jumping out of the screen. I am. What would be the first one? Because I'm reading this with Kim, and it's massive. So this might carry on through the month. So probably the first thing I'll finish will probably the Mark Twain book that I started. So that's short. I'm trying to get it without the glare, but I don't think I can I? That's
Mysterious Stranger. Okay.
Yeah. It's got 4 short stories in it, and I've read one of them. Started to read The Mysterious Stranger. But yeah, they're quite short. I mean, it's a very short book. But I'm just doing it in between this. I don't want this to last too long because Kim might be like, all right, mate, it's supposed to be buddy reading.
Yeah.
But I'm also trying to
buddy reading. I can't quite. I'm holding my phone in my hand, so I can't quite see everything.
Oh, sorry. So the one I'm buddy reading is The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison.
Oh, Invisible Man. We talked about that Monday. Yes.
Yeah, which is really, I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. There's no doubt about it. It's definitely a brilliant book. But I love Mark Twain as well, so I'm glad to read this as well, which is cool. And I don't think I'll start them yet, but in a minute we'll talk about Christmas presents as well. So me and Dave have got some books aside. I don't know if you guys have got them near you, but we can talk about what we've had for Christmas as well.
Actually, I got to run in just a minute or two. And
yeah, okay. That's cool.
We're going to leave on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I'll give this for Christmas
my wife gave me no books this year. So.
Aww.
Did she say you got too many?
Well, we just kind of talked about it. Says we just buy the stuff that we want and go out. It was like, why are we saying you can give me this as a Christmas gift? And when we're not buying it ourselves, so they can give it to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. That's what my wife tried, and I said, "Well, yeah, or we could buy each other something." It's a very practical way of looking at things, but the thing is, my wife finds some really interesting things that I wouldn't even dream of myself. So, it's quite cool. She's very good. She's good at presents. Yeah. I was going to do Hey, what's that, Jim?
My wife too. She's good at gift good ideas for gift giving.
Yeah, I think I'll have to do this next year because you can't really do it in the middle of the year. But I was going to do a video about gift giving and present buying, present receipt, and trying to do try and give an alternative viewpoint to the is capitalism gone mad? Because I think it can be special, and it's about being imaginative and creative with the presents, and if it's really personal, like you've got something for someone who either they didn't even know about but they wanted, or they've gone on about it and they haven't got it yet, so it's something that that they wanted and stuff like that, or and not necessarily because you've made it, because some people, that's their go-to. If we're not going to go capitalist, we'll make it. And I don't think that's necessarily the only alternative, because I think it's just, if it's a really thoughtful present that it's like, that person knows me, it's a really nice thing to have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think gift giving is a lovely tradition myself.
All right. Well, I got to run.
All right.
Before I do that,
Greg.
let me give you one view of my buddy. If I can
Aw. Look at him. Look at him.
Cats.
you want to say hi, Pip? Yeah, he's just sitting there being a good boy.
Look.
Awesome.
Right, I'm dropping out too.
All
in case
right.
anybody wants to hop
I
in.
will, MJ, I'll catch
See
you
ya.
Monday, right?
I'm on Greg's show on Monday. Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Brilliant.
Thanks for
All
popping
right.
in.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
Good night. Happy New Year.
In the chat.
Right.
Gavin, are you reorganizing your bookshelves there?
Oh yeah. Oh, is that because of your?
Yes, I'm in the middle of that. It's 2,000 odd books to try and rearrange, but they were in such a mess they needed to be done.
See, have you counted your books yet?
Did you say 2,000 or so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting to that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean that as in that's outlandish. I mean, that seems perfectly fine to me. I was just
It's an
clarifying.
outlandish amount to try and fit into one bookshelf, which is why this the table that this laptop is on is groaning under the weight of half my books. And
I thought you just had a mouse problem.
hungry mouth.
I guess we could have worse problems, Gavin?
Yeah,
You know?
my problem is not enough bookcases. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
There's another way of looking at it. Your books look very full and plentiful behind you, Jim.
Yeah, there's more over there.
Oh, that's nice.
And a
Tons.
lot of those are like vintage paperbacks, so there's a lot in there.
Yeah, and they're one row in front of the other, so those are all double.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He's
It's
coming
nice to have
for
them in
you,
one
Gavin.
place.
Look at that.
Yeah.
How many would you say you have, Jim? Do you know?
I have no idea. I've never counted. And there's more out in the living room. I've got all my Sherlock Holmes and a whole bunch out in the dining room. There's more bookshelves out there. So yeah, it's crazy. It's
Jim, I thought of you earlier because I was in the charity shop and I bought this.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a nice volume. I've never seen
so
that.
it's lots of short stories. A lot of them were short stories, weren't they?
Yeah.
But you can tell me what these are like. So there's A Scandal in Bohemia, which is a famous one, isn't it?
That's the first short story, Scandal in Bohemia.
Was it actually the first story, or did you write?
No, the first story was a novel, A Study in Scarlet. There was 4 novels, 56 short stories.
Right.
So I've
got a Study in Scarlet somewhere.
Yeah.
That's cool. Case of Identity.
Yeah, every one of them in that book is awesome.
Oh, okay, cool. So you've seen it. Brilliant. There you go. It's a penguin book. But yeah, it's a good cover, isn't it?
That is an awesome cover.
Yeah, I thought about you earlier when I saw it. I was like,
are you doing, Jim? Are you doing the Holmeses Were the Hardest thing again this February?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do that. I've got to get an announcement video up this week. I haven't had a video up for, God, it must be a month now. But I got to get an announcement video up for it. And then Mark and Greg and Alan, and I think Randy's in on it too. Okay. So yeah.
To be fair, it's good you're in the chat because when someone doesn't do a video for a few weeks, people start going, "Are they all right?"
They start wondering. Yeah.
Let's have a bit of this again. Sorry.
That's why I've been trying to comment on people's videos every now and then, so they don't think I'm dead or something.
Yeah, because I was going to do Study in Scarlet.
Yeah.
Because I inherited that big volume from my daughter that she didn't want anymore. So I was going to do Study in Scarlet. And then I didn't get to it. There's too many things in February and I didn't get to it. But I make a run at it this time around.
It's a good one to start with. I mean, it introduces the characters, right?
Yeah.
It depends on if you want to read a novel or start with the short stories.
Does he actually meet Watson in the Study in Scarlet?
Yeah. Like Watson, it starts that Watson narrates it, right? He's the one writing it, and he talks about how he met Sherlock Holmes, and the events leading up to it, and it gives a nice character sketch of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a good one to start with, Dave, if you're still thinking about it. But that one you have too, Gareth, is just as fine to start with that one too.
Oh, that's good. I've got Study in Scarlet somewhere because I remember I knew it was the first one, so I saw it secondhand at some point in a chapter. I bought it, but I don't know if that's been moved to the loft. If it is, that might be a whole like an hour search looking for it. But
yeah,
but I'd like to get involved in February actually because I'm keeping the first few months pretty free. Although February is, I will definitely be reading fantasy in February, but amongst other things as well. So
yeah. I'm going to try to pull back from events and stuff, and TBRs and all that kind of thing. I'm going to play it by ear more than anything, and just read what I want. I find when I have TBRs and events I have to do, you feel obligated, and you feel then you lose interest in the books you have on your list.
Yeah, you kind of read them for the wrong reasons sometimes, don't you? If you go too mad with it. Yeah. And there's like one book you're dying to read, doesn't fit into an event, and like 4 months later you think, well, I still haven't started that book because I'm too busy with event things.
And you really want to get to it,
Yeah.
And then you tend to have more DNFs when it's a book you're really not interested in reading. I've had more DNFs this last year than I ever have.
You're like, that's all right, but it's not as good as the book over there that I really want to read. Yeah.
Yeah.
I end up with a lot of unintentional DNFs that way.
Unintentional DNFs. And they like books you probably will go back to eventually, but not right.
Yeah, ones that I didn't intend not to finish. I never said I'm not going to bother finish this one.
DNF. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Gavin.
You'll get to it.
Yeah. I came up with a different acronym. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's a different kind of DNF in it. If you think I'm going to get back to that, because I need to pick up Project Hail Mary again because I started it and it wasn't going in at all. And I was just thinking, well, I like the way this guy writes, so why the hell is it not working? So I thought it's probably me, so I'll leave it.
It must have just been the wrong time for you because knowing you, I can't believe you weren't into that one.
Yeah. I was in New Orleans. I just wanted to go out and listen to the music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like reading it, and I'm probably going, I could be out there listening to some brass chaos in the streets.
Yeah.
Jenny says I still haven't finished my first book, Peter. Friends keep distracting me. those blasted people. Oh, here we go. Don't knock the deep fried Mars bar till you try it. I haven't been to Scotland for ages, and last time my wife went, I was like, I want to go. She's like, yeah, whatever. You're not coming with me. What book is it? Oh, that was Courtney's here.
Hey, Courtney.
Says Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we were talking food. Yeah, we've now moved on to books. Who the Bell Tolls? Based on how comedy gets about a customer service desk in hell. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I think I just saw that. I think that just popped up in Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have to go look at that. So it's pretty good, Jenny.
I'll see if there's a. Oh,
I mean, it sounds.
Jamaican meat pie is something that might have been the pasty. Steamed meat bun. That's maybe the Indonesian version.
That's when you were crabbing on it.
It's one of the oddest eating experiences I've ever had. I had it in a wedding. I knew it was there. I thought, oh, here we go. This is the moment I try haggis. And yeah, it was odd. Great Metallica song. Yeah. Yeah. No cooked breakfast is complete without HP sauce. Yeah, I do. I don't normally have a lot of sauce on my food, but I do like brown sauce. I don't have a lot of mayonnaise and stuff. I've done some customer service myself, and I can say sometimes it's a lot of fun, but other times it can be very irritating. It depends on the customer. Yeah, I was in retail for 15 years, and it used to wind me up when I was working with someone who had no customer service skills at all. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, can you just do your job properly? And they'll get really, really wound up and just think that's why you're getting paid, because they are being annoying, but you're just going to be a smiley face. And if you can do that, it's got to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more stronger. I had one guy, and he'd been doing the job for a long time. He should have known better. This was in the record shop. And he literally, offered to fight the guy on the other side of the counter. I'm like, don't worry, I'll take over. Thinking, shut up, you idiot. He was like, you do you want to go, son? He's going. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, that's good customer service. That is. Do you know what I mean?
Did he last long?
Yeah.
No.
That's the thing. I think the trouble is, you got to like commit a crime or something to get sacked for in retail. So, but he was really bad at customer service. It was like, Jesus Christ, have some patience. Hey, Jim.
Hello.
Hey, Jim. Ernest Hemingway's Ernest Hemingway's for Who Live Tolls. If you get a chance to read it, there's a good chance you will like it. I have read The Old Man and the Sea. That was Ernest Hemingway, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that wasn't it. Yeah. Didn't really like it.
No, I read To Have and Have Not, and I expected it to be a great book. I didn't like it.
I felt like he was just rambling for ages.
Yeah. His short stories are better. I've read a couple of short stories I enjoyed, but I read it was like
I'll try the short stories.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it was just like, what are you going on about, mate? But I'll tell you what, that's what happened with me with this, because I was reading this. So this is one of the ones I'm currently reading, short story collection, Argentinian author. Yeah. And I read the first one, really liked it. I thought, I'm going to like her. And the one I liked was called was it A Town Made of Sugar? No, The House Made of Sugar. And then The Imposter was the famous one, the cover story. And oh my God, I just felt like it was just like absolute nonsense. And I was like, what are you're just randomly saying stuff. But it's literature. It's literature.
Yeah, that's it. People don't want to call them out on it.
Don't call them out. Yeah,
no.
They worry about sounding stupid. So screw it. I'll sound stupid.
The emperor has no clothes.
Yeah. Right. Congratulations on the yeah. So it's that's because it is Pomp and Circumstance. It's from Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance. So that's an orchestral suite that is, I think it's 5 parts. I think. And one of them is the tune "Land of Hope and Glory," but it's Pomp and Circumstance number 4 or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's the name for it. Oh look, The Old Man. My favorite is Old Man in the Sea. I'm so sorry, Peter. Really enjoyed that book. It's a short book, but it's great. There we go. So we've got a bit of balance, isn't it? MJ, are you still reading Loads of Ollie? MJ. They'll never know. There's still casual homophobia in film. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm starting this year with a weird one. Naked Lunch. Oh, because I could read that for the Banned Books project. I've got that upstairs, but I don't know. I think again it might be like someone's fever dream. Where it's like, is there a point to this?
Does it have to be?
No, it's fair enough. I really, really like Ubik by Philip K. Dick. And that book is mental.
That is
but there was
something.
It's all over the place. Yeah. But I really liked it. It kind of won me over because I don't know what it was, but somehow it started locking in. But for the first 50 pages, I was thinking, you are high as a kite, mate. And that's probably going to be true for Naked Lunch, isn't it?
Naked Lunch is a very different vibe.
Is it?
It's a little. It's a bit more visceral and gnarly.
Okay.
Years and years since I've read it, but it's there's some images there, which I'm not repeating.
Is it a bit rude? Is it as well?
Well, some of it is, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to read Crash soon. So that is obviously J.G. Ballard calls it pornography himself, let alone all the critics. So I'm going to read Crash. So that'll be an experience. But I'm going to read Lolita first.
David Cronenberg made films out of both of those.
Yeah, I know. And I've seen both of them. I love David Cronenberg. So that's why I know kind of what to expect with Naked Lunch a little bit. But I love David Cronenberg. I'm a huge fan. Are you a fan of David Cronenberg? Are you guys, all 3 of you fans of David Cronenberg?
He's Canadian.
He's an absolute one-off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's something.
Yeah.
He's got quite a vision, David Cronenberg.
Yeah, and I would say, I don't know what people think in the chat about this, but I think The Fly, his version of The Fly, is the most emotional horror film I've ever seen.
Really? It's been years since I saw it.
So powerful.
I
It was really upsetting.
Really?
You see, I saw it. I think I've seen it 3 times, but 2 of those times was like when it came out and just after. I saw it a little while ago. I just think it's really, really tragic, and just beautifully done. Jeff Goldblum's best performance.
Yeah.
And I think it's what Gina Davis is doing as well. She's absolutely like breaking down when she can see him in that state at the end, and then it's so brilliant. But I love Videodrome as well. Do you like Videodrome?
Yeah.
You seen this film, Dave?
Been a long time.
Yeah.
He directed A History of Violence too, right?
Yes.
He directed that one with Viggo Mortensen. That was a really good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you don't know what's going to happen with his films, do you?
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Idiocracy. I'm not sure what the reference is. That was too long ago. Does anyone know what that's about?
No.
That was a film, Mike Judge film, wasn't it?
Mike Judge?
I can't remember who directed it. Was it Mike Judge?
I think it was Mike Judge. So it's a soldier who is chosen because he is absolutely average to go into cryogenic sleep, and he ends up going completely sort of Rip Van Winkle and being in this cryogenic sleep for hundreds of years. And in the intervening time, the rest of the country has become so stupid that when he's resurrected by mistake, he is by comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And his great breakthrough is that he saves the country by suggesting that they water their crops with water rather than Mountain Dew.
Love it. That's good. I need to watch that. I think I've got access to that. I've seen it around, just haven't seen it yet. John Cini, hello, mate. John, an excellent choice with Ellison's Invisible Man, and just in time after all the casual racism mentions. Yeah, slightly different. Dave Sarakin is an interesting choice. I haven't got into him yet. Dave Sarakin. What's that reference to? You have to expand on that, mate. Tell me what that is. Oliver's ready to come through the screen. Yeah. A big book in my library of every Sherlock Holmes novel and short story. Oh, cool. Yeah, they've put them together, haven't they?
Yeah.
There's the man himself, Mark K. Vaughan.
There he is. Oh, hey, Mike.
Nice one. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully still here to see me saying hello. It's weird to read, however, because it's in double columns. Oh, yeah, that is odd, isn't it? When you get that. Yeah, Michael K. Vaughan's Varney book, I think, is in double columns.
Oh, that's a huge book. Yeah, 2 volumes.
He's been reading that for about 4 years.
How it would have been originally.
You gotta give him credit, though, man. He's not giving up.
But to be fair, when he does talk about it in detail, he puts on the costume and the voice, and it's the best thing ever. Love it.
Yeah.
Selling Scarlet first book. Yeah, we go. Yeah, I didn't see those. I think you'll love the Sherlock Holmes character. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I almost read my first Agatha Christie book as well for Agatha in April last year, and I still haven't read an Agatha Christie book either. But I'm reading more and more crime books, so it's just about whether I put down the science fiction and fantasy for a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I need to do that.
Which book was it, Gareth? Which one?
It was one I'd never heard of. I just picked it out from college, so I took one out of the library there, so I can't remember. But it's quite an obscure one, I think. Yeah,
it's just unbelievable. She's still on the shelf. So you go into the new bookstores, just a whole Agatha Christie shelf. It's amazing.
Yeah. She's still she's like Tolkien. She'll always be there. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, 25 years in retail and 4 different jobs. Oh, the stories. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Working in the customer service at McDonald's is the way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, McDonald's, they're probably like in a hurry all the time, aren't they? Where's my food? And all that. Post office is the worst. Yeah, you're setting yourself up. You are. I mean, like the great general public are lunatics, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's Margaret. Awesome.
Hey, Margaret.
Pop on the screen if you want to. And Kat. Hi, Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Elaine stopped her live stream. Hi, Elaine. Actually, Kat was on the live stream as well, wasn't she? I need to look at it later. I was trying to set things up when I noticed it. Lots of people saying hello.
Biscuits.
I'm going to skip these hellos.
I don't have biscuits, but I've got wine.
Just as good.
I stepped it up.
Yeah, that's good. I've actually, because I knew I'd run out of tea. I've got some squash here. So this is squash. It's like a Britishism, isn't it? Because you don't call it squash. I don't know what you call it. It's cordial. So you add water to a fruit flavor, and this is it's orange squash. Do you have orange cordial?
Oh, it's like water, and you put like it's a couple drops you put in, like flavored drops.
Yeah, you'd put in about that much of the. Can you see that? You put that, but yeah, about that much in the of orange, and then fill the rest of it with water. Or water if you're posher. Sorry, I'm from Portsmouth. We say water, like butter. It's funny when my kids were young, they were constantly getting corrected by my wife, and she'd go, "It's water," and I'd be like, "Going, no, it ain't. It's water." But Gavin talks really well. Gavin has you pronounce your T's, don't you?
Sometimes I'm getting a bit more of the glottal stops as life goes on, I think.
Is it too much effort? They're like, leave some of those consonants out.
Because now I've been working in London for over 2 decades. I think the accent just claims you eventually.
Yeah. Did someone say hi? Hey, Zal! There we go. Yeah, I like that. He's been summoned by me. Us talking about drugs.
Hey, Alan.
Okay, so Constance says the first books I'll finish carryovers. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't. It's very rare to just go right. New Year's Eve, let's finish that book, innit? So
yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon. I still haven't seen the film yet, but yeah.
No.
Might be one might be able to read before I see the film, don't I? Cloud Cuckoo Land. Yeah. Killers is a brutal story. Cloud Cuckoo Land, I've heard of that. Has anyone read that on the screen?
No.
I've heard about it. With this, it's getting the right amount in it. And now they sell them as double strength. So you have to half the amount of cordial that you're going to put in there. It's like.
Yeah, you just put double the amount you should.
double the amount in there. So it's 4 times stronger than you'd normally drink.
Cordial is just referring to a mixed drink.
Yeah, the cordial is the bit you're putting in that's the fruit flavor, and then the rest of it's water. Yeah, so you probably do have your version of that, but I just don't think you call it squash, do you?
No, never heard of that before.
No.
Yeah.
Concentrate? What would you call it? I don't know.
Yeah, well, concentrate is the actual drink, isn't it? It's the actual juice. So it wouldn't be concentrate. Right, if you buy, I'm talking to a Canadian and an American here, so you're looking at me like you're going, where's it? But orange juice concentrate, to me, that would be just the orange squeezed into a thing, and it's just the juice raw, right? Yeah. So what would you call it if you had like a fruit flavor, like an orange flavored thing that you're going to add water to? What would you call it?
The final product with the water in it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
is it cordial?
With the water, just like juice, orange juice.
Do you call it orange juice?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we call orange juice the actual stuff from the orange.
But it's like you're talking it's a powder or a concentrated juice. Then you mix it with water. It's still juice.
Yeah, but I don't know how orange this is. It's orange flavored. I don't know if it's. I think it's specially made. It's like an orange. Yeah, it's orange flavored drink.
Was it?
Yeah, when you're looking on the packages and it's an orange drink, you know that it doesn't have any real orange in it.
Yeah. It'll be a load of chemicals on the list, but that's what I mean. Yeah. That's why it's called cordial, right? Do you call it cordial?
I've heard the term. I wasn't really familiar with exactly what a cordial was.
Oh, okay.
I assumed it was like a mixed drink, you know.
Yeah.
I thought a cordial here was alcohol.
Oh, really? Well, I'm not getting pissed on this.
And yet you think
it could be.
a cider is non-alcoholic. That's interesting.
Ah.
What's that, Gavin?
Apple cider in the States.
Yeah.
Not necessarily alcoholic.
Not necessarily.
Really?
It can be. It can be because my wife makes an apple cider drink with, I think she uses rum and makes it alcoholic, and it's really good.
But then she's making the effort to do that. Whereas if we buy apple cider, that's proper cider. That's the alcoholic cider. That's if you have like, normal, because now you get those different fruit flavored cider now, but the traditional cider is apple. So you just expect it to be alcoholic over here.
Or if you want the real stuff, you find someone who's selling some scrumpy in the West Country.
Yeah. And you can have one sip and get pissed.
So
about moonshine. We're talking about moonshine.
It's kind of our version of that, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's this guy who was selling it, and he was someone I was working with, and he really did, he had labels for it and everything, and he called this one "Piss the Bed."
Say again.
The drink was called "Piss the Bed."
Piss the bed.
Piss the bed. That's the name
because
of the drink.
If you drank enough of it, that's what you would do.
There are some elaborate names for different scrumpies and homemade alcoholic drinks around here, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's definitely true.
Hey, if it's illustrative of what the drink does, it works.
It's subjective, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have a pint of blow your head off, please.
Yeah.
I'll have an incontinence special. The person that made lunch was high as a kite as he wrote it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you can feel it on the page, I would imagine. Alan said, "I have an original Naked Lunch movie poster. Send you a pic." Yeah. Send me a pic on Boxer. Carryovers are awesome. Feels bad. Yeah. Well, to be fair, that's not too bad a thing, is it? Like,
yeah,
it's like sometimes you can rush it if you want to finish something before the end of a month or something. And really, we're only doing that because we've got booktube channels. Every normal person, it doesn't matter when they finish a book, does it? But we're like, how's that going to screw up my monthly wrap up? Yeah, it really is such a special movie. I think it's underrated, really, because everyone you talk to people about it, and they go, "Oh yeah, I like that film," but nobody actually ever talks about it. And it's such a brilliant film.
What do you think about the original film?
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's dated. It's almost funny looking at it.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's like the two versions of The Thing. Go on.
Sir. I was going to say it's almost like a Mad Magazine story.
Yeah. But if you think about The Thing, like the John Carpenter's The Thing is really dramatic and tense and compelling, and everyone raves about it. If you think about The Thing from Another World, which is the 50s version, it's curious and fun and interesting, but it's not dramatic.
He's a walking rutabaga, basically.
Yeah. But it doesn't, it doesn't get your tension up, does it? It's like totally.
But you think about it though, like the audiences back then were much more naive and innocent than we are now. We're so jaded now with the stuff we watch. But back then, and some kid sitting in the theater watching that, he'd be scared to death watching that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's definitely because of who. I think they have to make films with that much more tension in them to get the tense feeling from the audience now. I think the thing.
So, yeah.
Well, they couldn't really scare them with those monster effects, but I think just the body in the ice that does it. That was enough.
Yeah,
it's melted, and you know that it's gone somewhere. And
it's like a fine line because they go into gory territory, and that's not scary. That's just like that's you've kind of stepped over a line. But if you're more if you deal more with the psychological, like a body in the ice, and that's kind of creepy, and you can make that work.
Well, yeah, the reason why the first Alien film is so scary is because you don't actually see the alien much. So gore doesn't always do it. It's the suspense, isn't it? That's what makes a scare.
Brilliant film, that one.
Yeah. But I was going to say also, if you think about the comparison between the 80s, the 50s, and the 80s, 90s, or whatever, modern time, you've got a different way of acting as well, haven't you? So now people expect realistic, very similitude acting. And in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s, it was very staged, wasn't it? It was very like, it was clearly not natural speech,
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing that dates it, that takes us away from it a little bit, that we want it to be more natural.
Yeah. Movie I want to see them remake for a modern audience is The Blob.
Yeah.
Remember the original with Steve McQueen? It was so corny, man, but it was such it was a good movie. But I mean, you'd really have to step it up for a modern audience.
Well, I love films like that.
Yeah, me too.
So Elaine's asked, Gavin, where do your books actually go? So you've said that you've got a rearrangement. Have you got them all over the floor, or?
They are on the table in front of me.
Right.
And it looks like a cityscape.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Are you doing a video about your reorganization?
Not the actual reorganization, but I've done 25 videos just going through each one of these boxes.
Yeah.
And then one final one, which was doing all of the books.
Oh.
So those are the ones I've already done. That's all the hardbacks.
That looks a little dangerous.
I've got to go through now.
Yeah, it's not quite Sean D. Stanfast dangerous, but they could fall. Before he moved, it was insane. He had them all over it, like hundreds all over it, waiting to fall on his head.
They dug him out.
Yeah. Well, I visited his house to help him move, didn't I? And I moved loads of, me and Heather from Heather Reads moved loads in boxes and stuff. And it was mad. He said, this is where I live. This is where I sleep. And it was this like little mattress that was surrounded by hundreds of books.
Oh, wow. Boy.
But that's what you want. It's all good. It's up to him. But yeah, it was just don't see that many books in one place very often. He had what did he say? He had at least 5,000.
Oh,
and it was in a really small space as well. It was a lot of books.
Yeah,
a lot of books. Some naked cubes. Cat's noticed your naked cubes. Did you know you were showing off your naked cubes?
Yeah, well, it's a bit Picasso here. It does look very. I quite like it. It's very very minimalist. Maybe
I love your naked cubes. If I say it often enough, it will sound dirty, wouldn't it? Gav, I love your naked cubes.
Very Spartan. Are those IKEA shelves, Gavin? From IKEA?
Course.
Yeah, these are cool. Oh, IKEA.
Oh, they are as well. Yeah. Oh, we've got another guest. Oh, I can't see him, but William's appeared. Is he there? Oh, he's trying to get in.
Yeah.
I'll carry on. Hopefully he'll be appearing. There he is. Hey!
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Nice one. Nice to see you,
Hello.
man. Can you hear us?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us. You got confused.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear
you.
Can you hear us?
Oh, no. Excellent. Excellent. It worked.
Cool.
It worked.
Oh, brilliant.
I was a little shy entering because I ballooned in weight over the month.
Oh, don't worry about that. You look awesome.
You look awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Christmas.
Okay. Thanks.
You're supposed to enjoy Christmas, man. So you go for it. I've got far too many snacks around me.
See that, Jim? You're intimidating everybody with your manly physique over there.
Me?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know about that.
Dave, you should get a roommate if you're going to flirt with him like that.
He's used to it. He's used to it.
Yeah. I know Dave's got a crush on me.
Well, I think everyone has. Yeah, I've got the sexiest voice on YouTube. So that's why Jenny's not on screen. She can't. Now, once you appeared, she's like, I can't go on screen with him talking. It's too much.
Oh, well, Jenny should come on. Jenny should come on.
She says he's using them to heat his home. Yeah.
What time is it there, William?
8:36 a.m.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Where
is it nice weather?
Yeah. It's the morning here. Few clouds, but it's mostly clear.
So just clarify where you are.
North Sulawesi, Indonesia. I'm on what you call a staycation, so I'm at a resort in the same home province where I live.
Oh wow, that's nice. Like you can still feel like you're not like doing anything in the house or job related and all that kind of. You can still relax.
Yeah, it's in my hometown during the holiday seasons. It's very noisy, so my family like to go out to someplace more quiet, a resort.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I don't know a lot about Indonesia. I've taught lessons about gamelan music, which is Indonesian, isn't it?
What's that?
Gamelan music. I'm not having a brain fart, am I? That's right, isn't it? Gamelan music.
I'm not familiar with that, but I do recognize that in the name, but I'm no expert on music.
Okay, so it's Bali and Java, isn't it?
Right. Yes. Sort of like a group of people with a bunch of musical instruments, gongs and xylophones and things.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So where you described, I don't know where that fits with my image of Bali and Java. So because Bali's the bigger one, isn't it?
Okay, so Java is where 60% of the population live, and right next to it, to the east, is Bali, but I'm on an island called Sulawesi or Celebes, which is the one with which is the really weird shaped island with the fingers.
Okay, that's
next
cool.
to Borneo.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow. So do you go to Borneo sometimes?
Yeah, my father works there.
Awesome. Okay. See, because I hear Borneo and I think of orangutans, right?
Oh yeah. My father used to rescue orangutans.
Wow, that's amazing.
He has a little bit of a high profile in conservation circles here.
That's awesome.
Okay.
He has his own Wikipedia page, by the way.
Oh, really?
That's awesome. That's so good. I don't know if it's been obvious on the channel or if you've seen it come up now and again, but I'm really, really passionately into the primates and knowing about, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, all that.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, they're incredible animals. That's awesome.
Totally. I'm personally a bird watcher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you must have some really exotic birds down your way.
Oh yeah, I really want to go to Papua. That's where all the most colorful and vibrant birds are. Haven't been able to go yet, but I plan to.
Yeah, do a video.
Oh yeah, we'll do. That'd be awesome. I have a lot of bird shorts on my channel, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna watch those. That's awesome. I really liked it when Cliff did his wildlife kind of video, didn't he, about South Africa? Yeah. It was nice. That was really. I watched it too. Yeah, it's cool because I mean I live in the city, and also in Britain. So there's some countries have got really exotic things, for me to enjoy, on their videos.
We got squirrels on our back fence.
Say again, Jim?
We got squirrels on our back fence.
Do video.
We got a lot of squirrels around. I can see squirrels and foxes like every 5 minutes. I get a lot of squirrels and foxes everywhere. But there's probably more more foxes in cities than there are in countryside now, probably.
Yeah, like raccoons.
Yeah, they're like I suppose so. You get that in raccoons, don't you? Are you, Gav? Are you in rural or urban?
A little bit of both. So I'm in Kent. It's a medium-sized town. We're right on the outskirts of it. So
right, so it's quite green.
Bits are, yeah. I can be within green areas within about 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah, well, there's a number of parks in Portsmouth, but basically it's pretty much a concrete city. But obviously we've got the sea 2 minutes away, so we are a coastal place, which is nice.
Nice.
So we got a lot of seagulls.
Oh, seagulls.
Yeah, you like seagulls. Do a video on the seagulls.
Yeah, I like all birds.
That's cool. I did a video about me traveling around Portsmouth, and I did a little thing about when it was, what date, the dates, historical things and stuff. I did that, and there was some seagulls in the video. But yeah.
Nice.
I remember that one.
Yeah, you remember that? And I went on about Neil Gaiman's street on the ocean at the end of the lane. Don't think I'll do that now.
No.
It's dated, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the latest with that? I haven't really heard anything lately.
No, if you look up, if a video comes up saying that it's about Neil Gaiman, you have a look, and it's like 6-7 months old. I haven't seen anything being mentioned about it, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's just sort of died down and the accusations of it, or he's paid someone off, or I don't know. It's weird, but nobody's as outrageous as they were. It seems.
No.
Yeah, this is I mentioned one. Elaine's noticed that I've got a grey animal that this is a fox.
Silver fox.
A silver fox. Right, hold on. It's for wimps.
What was that?
I've done that myself. I'm not sure, but the trouble is that was probably made perfect sense when he wrote it.
I'm sure.
3 hours with cat. Oh, that's cool. That's our average. So yeah, that's cool. Strap in, William and Jim and Gav. Gav's like, it's 10-1, mate. Don't take the piss. Looks like pickle juice or Corona beer. Corona beer.
It looked like Mountain Dew to me.
Mountain Dew green.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
I don't have it that strong as well. Obviously, you can make it.
What'd you say, Jim?
You said it looked like Mountain Dew. You said
his squash, yeah.
And I said Mountain Dew looks more green, doesn't it? I think. Yeah. Or maybe I'm wrong.
It would eventually look green. If I leave it for a few months.
You left it long enough.
Working the drive-through at McDonald's is not fun. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
No. Ice is by Annika Van.
Annika Van, yeah.
Yeah, Annika Van. So that's one that I saw reviewed on. I think it was Better Than Food. If you guys, any of you go watch the channel Better Than Food?
Once.
No.
He's very intense, but and very quick with how he does the reviews. But he's a very good reviewer, and you can find out some really interesting stuff you hadn't heard of before. But I'm pretty sure that's how I discovered that book, and I got it just because I wanted to find something that was like this old classic that had been rediscovered. But I haven't read it yet. But you said it's really good, Dave. Yeah.
Well, I'm only 40 pages in, but it's good so far.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember where I had heard about it. Then I thought maybe I had heard about it from you, but I wasn't sure. I guess not.
Well, I've mentioned it a couple of times as things I'm going to read, so maybe.
No, but I already knew what it was about, unless you talked about what it was about, even though you haven't read it.
Yeah, maybe I might have read the back or something.
I might have heard about it from Mike, or I don't know.
Yeah, who else? There's a guy. I think Bookpilled might have talked about it as well. Do you watch Bookpilled?
Every now and then.
Yeah, on occasion.
I gave him an award. He won't give a shit, but I gave him an award.
I saw that. Yeah.
he'll go, well, I've been tagged in something. What's this? And he'll watch it and go, who the hell is this?
Thank you for my award, Gareth.
That's all right, Gav. It's hard because you want to mention everyone, but
yeah, I was in. I don't know how big he is now because I haven't watched for a while, but I was in a used bookstore, like an awesome used bookstore. I told you about it. This one in Pittsburgh, in the summer, I guess, and I had mentioned when I try to take video inside the bookstores. But I always ask first. I try to be polite about it and ask if it's okay if I take some footage. Yeah. And so I always say I have a small, BookTube channel. You mind if there's? And so then the guy there was saying, he's like, "Yeah, I watch that Book Pill. You ever watch that?" So I guess he's pretty well known, right?
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Huge channels who has like 100,000 subscribers.
He's got a lot.
I don't know.
It's a lot. I think it might be like something like 40-something thousand rather than, but it's still a lot. Yeah,
it's still a lot. Yeah,
way more than us. I get all pleased if I go to another like 10. Like, oh, I'm into the next bit. I'm into the next bit. It does.
Yeah.
It's just nice if it goes up a bit, isn't it? It's just like if it goes down, you're like, oh, what have I done? Have I pissed
especially if it's more than one unsubscribe.
Yeah. That happened to me yesterday. So I had I went over to the next 10, and then I noticed that I'd gone down on the, like when it abbreviates what your number is, and it went down to the previous 10. I was like, oh, what's happened? I had a look, and I'd lost 4. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then like the next day, it came back again. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Just, you just got to do what you do, innit?
A lot of them are like bots too, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Like they're not real people, some of them.
Yeah.
And also, the more you get, the more constantly you're gonna lose subscribers.
Yeah.
I mean, like Mr. Beast. How many subscribers does Mr. Beast gain and lose every single hour?
Yeah.
I subscribed and unsubscribed to him.
Did you?
Yeah.
You subscribed and unsubscribed?
Yeah. Watched a couple of videos. I said, no, I don't need him on my feed, and I just unsubscribed.
I just saw he's got a show now. Like, I don't remember if it was on
TV
Netflix
show
or something, or like,
on Prime or something.
Games or something.
I bet you more people will watch him on YouTube than they will on actual television, though. Sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, for a start, that probably suits what he does more to have YouTube. But also, I reckon there are a growing number of people that don't watch any TV and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people that do that. I mean, some people, it's just, I've got a friend who's got 2 channels. I want to get him on the show, actually. I know he'd be up for it. But his 2 channels combined is about 70,000. And he says it pays his mortgage. So, one of them is a philosophical channel because he's written books about philosophy, and the other one is an ongoing report and discussion about Ukraine war. It's amazing. And he really knows what, he just lives around the corner, but he really knows his stuff. He's a really intelligent guy. So but tons of people tune into him.
Some people struggle, they're struggling to get those numbers, and other people, they just put up some stuff and the numbers just exponentially get better. So
I'm currently sitting on 141 subscribers.
Everyone subscribe to William's channel, and then it'll encourage him to do more videos as well. Absolutely. Yeah. That's hopefully another nice thing that happens with the chat.
That's not something I really worry too much about,
Yeah.
That's not something like, I got to get those numbers up. It doesn't,
You can get wrapped up in it. Yeah, you have to do, because I had a friend who got a bit disillusioned because she didn't feel like her subs were going up high enough. And I said, ultimately, if you're enjoying it, you've got to keep going. If you're not enjoying it, then don't do it for the subs, because it's it takes too much work. You've got to be enjoying it, So
I mean, if you want a channel with a lot of subs, in particular, you want to make money, we've all picked the wrong kind of channel. BookTube is not the kind of channel to do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
You need to be a gamer, really. I think the gamers are the ones that get the most.
Oh yeah.
I'm not monetized.
Yeah, but you do good content, my friend. So
Thanks.
that's the thing. Right, where are we with this? Let's try and catch up
I
with
could
this.
probably start like anonymous ASMR channel tomorrow, and have more subscribers in a month than I do right now.
Hey, why don't you flip the script, right? Why don't you just record ASMR from Olive?
Yeah, dog videos. Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on. That's not been tapped into. Yeah, they people will love that.
I don't know what would it be. It would be her snoring. I don't know what her snoring.
No, it could be like her kind of like licking peanut butter and stuff.
Eating biscuits.
Do one short, Dave. Do one short of ASMR from Olive, and you'll see it skyrocket. It'll be like thousands of views.
You probably will.
Experiment. Do it as an experiment, David. See what happens. Guaranteed.
You know what? I will. I will, Jim.
Yeah. Well, that could be a side thing that Riley does. So, like, Olive's like your companion on your show, but Riley's got this other sexy thing. The ASMR material is from Olive's sister.
Does anybody watch Jules Burt?
Yes, I do.
He has his ASMR side.
He does.
I don't watch them because I can't bear that ASMR stuff. But I watch his book collecting stuff, and then he has all these videos. Yes, I'm just like, it was a 3-hour video of cleaning some books.
It's weird.
Yeah, genius or insane. I'm not quite sure which it is.
I'm going to check him out. What is it, Jules Burt?
Jules Burt. I like the fact that you find books you didn't know existed on his channel, like because he collects literally everything that's ever come out from anyone, and he'll be like, "Oh, I've got Penguin Classic 147." And it's not, it doesn't, what it actually is isn't as important as the fact that it was 147. He was trying to get 147. And it's like, so because of that, he'll buy anything. So it's like, there'll be like cooking books and like advice on how to, I don't know, ride a skateboard. I don't know, just general random stuff that will appear on his books, as well as crime classics and science fiction classics and all that. So it's really interesting. And
he'll go to the paperback conventions too. And, with his
I've got to go to one of them.
I got a good channel for you guys. You guys watch the book Graveyard?
No.
Okay,
no.
You should check it out. It's he's got old vintage horror paperbacks. He does a review. He actually does really good reviews, and he's a funny guy. He's good for a laugh. And the book Graveyard, really good.
I need to actually write this down because the amount of times people say stuff on the chat and I don't write it down.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I haven't got a bit of paper. I'm going to write it in my Voxer chat with you, Jim, and you'll go, why the hell has he written that?
Yeah.
Book Graveyard. You'll see it tomorrow and go, yeah, I know, I was telling you about that. Why are you telling me?
I do that to myself all the time. On Messenger, and I'll send myself a note. Then the next day, what the hell? What's going on here?
I've got to remember something. I'll send a message to my wife, and she'll go, why did you send me that? So I needed to remember it, all right?
Yeah.
Right, so they're still talking about customer service in the chat. Fast food wasn't too terrible. Retail during the holidays wasn't good for my blood pressure. Yeah, it goes crazy. I'll never forget Christmas Eve in HMV. Do you guys know HMV in where you are?
No.
The record store.
The record store, yeah.
It's changed now. It used to be, they closed down. They changed it to Sunrise Records, I think.
Oh, Sunrise.
So we had HMV here.
Yeah. So I know it's international. So I thought some of you might have known about it. But I worked there for 4 years, and Christmas Eve was mental. It was literally like you couldn't move, and it was really funny because it would be like absolutely crazy, and then at 2:00 on the dot, it would completely die, and no one would be in there at all. It's just really weird. And then the manager would be like, we'll close in a minute, because he knew that once it died. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Cloud cookie on. Oh, so this is you in the chat.
We're behind on comments.
Oh, there it is.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, yes. Very relatable characters. It does talk a lot about bird watching as well, so it's good. It reads a lot like Cloud Atlas.
Either.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet, but I know about it in a general. I reckon if I read that, it still surprised me. I don't know that much about it, but that Cloud Atlas is kind of set in different times, isn't it? But it's kind of connected. Is Cloud Cuckoo Land like a thing where it's kind of philosophical?
Yes, different characters from different time periods. Although it's a little bit less organized, the structure of the book is a little bit less organized compared to Cloud Atlas.
Do you think is that work in its favor or less in its favor?
Less in its favor. It's more chaotic. It jumps backwards and forwards in the timeline, including the lives of the characters within one certain period. So it jumps. Some of the story in here is non-linear. Some of it,
right. Right. Yeah, you got to switch your brain on for that, haven't you?
Yeah.
This is totally random. Not random because William just reminded me of it. But have any of you read "This Is How You Lose the Time War"?
I have.
Okay. And what did you think of it?
I really wanted to really like it, and I liked it a bit. And sometimes I found it really irritating, some of the way it was written.
Yeah.
There was one because it went between the two characters, and there were letters, and one of them seemed a lot more flowery and purple prose than the other one. Okay. But also it felt like it just lost me halfway through. I just thought, actually, I don't care. But I like the idea of it.
I didn't hear the name of the book, Dave. What was it?
This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Oh, no, I don't know it.
It's a nice idea. What did you think, Dave? Do you like it?
I was laughing when you said that because that's my same thing. Like, I really, really wanted to like it. And a lot of people like it and talk about how wonderful it is. And I feel like I need to read it again because I like really want to like it. And I feel like I just didn't really get it. I didn't kind of get half of it. And
just goes to show you, man, you can't trust everybody's opinion. A lot of people just, follow along with everybody else. And
BookTube is full of liars.
Yeah. Opportunists.
Got more on Cordial here.
They're all looking to make that $1 million, Jim. They don't really care about the literature.
Yeah.
BookTube $1 million. So Kool-Aid is from powder, but we don't have powder. Our cordial isn't powder though, so we do have. I suppose we do have a powdered version, but nobody really buys that. So
don't drink it. Yeah. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink it.
Yeah, that's what that squash you have there. That's what it looks like to me. Is our Crystal Light.
Yeah. Okay, so Al's saying cider in Portland is definitely alcoholic. Too right. Brian's here. Rage Biscuit.
Rage.
Rage. People saying hello. There's cider which is alcoholic and apple cider which is just a juice that you can make into an adult. That's really weird. So apple cider. So the word cider in America just means a drink.
Well, no, because at the liquor store, there's all kinds of ciders you can buy, alcoholic ciders.
Okay.
Right.
When there's a whole freaking shelf of different ciders, pear cider, apple cider, and they're all alcoholic.
Right. So you get some people over here, if you say pear cider, they'll go, actually, it's called Perry.
Yeah.
Because
isn't that made cider with pears?
Yeah.
Honestly, thought you were going to say, "I'll have a baby sham."
Baby sham. Yeah. That's kind of like champagne-y, isn't it? Baby sham.
No, that is Perry.
Is it Perry? Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't draw the connection. I got way into pear cider for a while. But I have actually. Go on.
Yes,
go on, Dave.
No,
go on.
No, you go.
No, you go. After you. I'll be British.
I was just going to tack on that, and I was going to say that yes, the most of our ciders are. So that's right. right? In the U.S., that's totally right. That apple cider is you go get jugs of it in the supermarket. Apple cider.
Yeah, we have that too. Yeah, but that's not alcoholic. That's
right.
Just
but at the bar, you would just order cider.
Yeah,
and they're usually apple though.
So yeah, but that's interesting though, because over here,
order an apple cider in the bar. You just order a cider.
And like if you just said cider,
go ahead.
If you just said cider, would it be apple flavored?
From where every place that I've been to, I can't speak for all of the U.S. and I certainly can't speak for Canada. But yes, if I go to a bar in town here, it's going to be the cider is probably going to be Apple Orchard brand cider, and it's going to be apple flavored.
Yeah, and then you make the point of having, can I have, I don't know, blackcurrant cider or whatever if it's not.
All kinds here. All kinds of different ones, different, like Seagram's makes, I think, a whole line of different ciders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, we can get a few. Like we have this brand Woodchuck, and they've coupled. They got apple, they got pear, they got. But I mean, if you go, maybe your bars, maybe you got more selection in your bars. But like around here, if you go to a restaurant or a bar, there's going to be one. You ask for cider, it's going to be an apple.
Well, they always kind of push a certain brand, when you go into bars. Like, whoever they have a deal with or whatever, they're going to push that brand to whoever's at the bar,
Yeah.
Jim's bar has grapefruit cider, I guess.
Hey,
because I do most of my drinking alcohol when I'm gig. When I'm performing, I drink alcohol. I don't really drink it outside of that. A little bit, but not much.
Are you drinking while you? Sorry, go ahead, finish.
Yeah. No, so and cider I drink slower than beer. So I nearly had beer on New Year's Eve, and I thought there's no point because I'll get through 2 songs, and I would have drunk the whole pint. Whereas cider, I usually drink it slower, so it can last most of a set.
And beer's heavy too. Beer's heavy.
Yeah. But it's interesting because different pubs that we play at will give me different ciders, because obviously the different parts of England or whatever. So it's different. They, like you said, they have certain companies that they'll work with, or certain orchards or whatever, certain breweries. So yeah, that's funny that when I'm going, I'm gigging in, I don't know, Bridport. I gig there a lot, which is in Somerset. But going Bridport, I know what kind of cider I'm going to have, and it's funny that.
Well, you got to be careful. You don't have too many, huh? Or you're going to start.
The
words are not going to come out right.
If people buy me ciders, usually I can pace myself as far as what I get, because most places give you free ciders if you're a band playing as well. But if the audience start buying me ciders and they're like ranked up next to then that can be a little bit like, right now I don't know what I'm doing.
They want to see you drunk.
Yeah. We had a bass player once, and we played at his wedding, and he was he's not in the band anymore, but we thought he was absolutely sloshed. He was completely well over the hill, and he was playing better than he ever did sober. I thought, right, there we go. This guy can play better drunk.
It's like Dr. Johnny Fever from WKRP.
Yeah.
The more he drank, the quicker his reflexes were. Remember that show?
Brilliant. I never saw that.
Oh, so good. You got to watch that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I worked at McDonald's in Chicago. My ears still ring because of the beeping of the headset, and the customers are fighting. Oh my God. Yeah. Rage Biscuits in the house. Tend to stop all my holdovers and get a dedicated first book and go back and go, oh, okay. Yeah. So just to celebrate the beginning of the year. I worked to register and the kitchen at a
Chick-fil-A.
What? Chick-fil-A.
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 You don't have those over there?
Is that like a chicken takeaway thing?
It's it's a very popular fast food chicken place.
Oh, okay.
In the States. We don't have them here, but I heard of them. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chicken sandwiches, chicken nuggets, and
anything with chicken in it.
Anything with chicken in it. Pretty much.
I'm gonna buy some chicken drumsticks tomorrow. We're going shopping to replenish our food. I do love a bit of chicken, and I'm allowed to eat it as well as a diabetic.
I'll take you to a Chick-fil-A when you get. We actually have one in town here, so when you come visit, I'll take you to Chick-fil-A.
Okay, that's cool. I can't wait. Feed me loads of chicken. I tried to be vegetarian once. Has anyone tried that? Is anyone actually vegetarian in the chat?
We had a vegan
I
restaurant.
would if everyone else was.
We had an awesome vegan restaurant down the road here, and they had a burger, like it was a Big Mac burger, but it was a vegan burger. It was really, really good. But
Cool.
but I mean, I'm not vegan, but it was just, we tried the food and it was excellent. They did a really good job.
Sometimes we buy bean burgers and they're well nice. So I do enjoy like a Mexican bean burger thing, and I quite like those. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried for 18 months, and I really miss chicken. So I don't eat other animals for the sake of it. So I feel like I'm doing something by doing that. But I do like chicken. What about you, Gav?
I'm not vegetarian just because I'm lazy. But if everything around me was vegetarian, I'd go for it. I'd be very happy.
Yeah, it does make it harder if it's not part of the culture. I think that is true. What about you, Gav? Have you ever done it?
Cut down, but I'm not a vegetarian, but I have cut down on certainly the red meat and the processed meat.
Yeah, I don't have red meat much.
Yeah, I don't think Christmas is the right time to be asking that question. There's a lot of turkey.
Elaine's just started Eye of the World.
Oops,
sorry, got rid of it. Yeah. AWO Ice.
Hey,
hello. Nice one. Well, I might be completely off here, but is this someone you work with, Dave?
He's a local friend. Not anymore. He just moved, but he was in my local friend group. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a memory.
I've got to head off now, guys. It's getting
okay, Gav.
Hi, Gavin.
But thank you very much for having us.
Yeah,
thank you so much. That's awesome.
Gavin. I'll probably take off soon too.
Okay.
All right, mate.
I can't keep up with these old guys that go on until like 3 a.m. in the morning.
I can't keep up with this old guy either half the time, but I have to. I don't have a choice, Jim.
I'm genuinely definitely going to have egg sandwich after this, Dave. So I can't wait. I have a bit of a ritual: fried eggs in a lovely sandwich. It's all good.
I love it.
Salt and pepper.
I love a fried egg sandwich, man. It's my go-to. Yeah.
People saying hello. I'm going to try and skip the hellos to get to the meat.
Naked Lunch movie is more.
Al said, "Is it Tuesday morning yet?"
Huh.
No, we're near Tuesday morning. Oh god, creepy manager. Yeah, that's horrible. Biscuits and gravy. Nice one. So, Mo's still here. So many little tasks to do. Not much reading getting done. Off soon to dinner.
Happy New Year.
If she's still on, she's probably long gone by now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but they always come back and watch it later, don't they?
Every time they think they're out, you pull them back in. Oops. Drive-throughs seem like really stressful. Yeah. Every Tuesday morning for Al to get that thing that he talked about a minute ago. I couldn't do retail. I'd honestly, I'd probably lose my shit on people.
It does. Yeah, I was going to say it takes a lot of patience. I'm a teacher now, and that takes a lot more patience.
Oh boy, yeah.
There's always one. I got one student. I don't think I've got any of my students watching this at the moment. I've got one student who drives me up the wall at the moment, and there's always one. One year I had tons, and it was like a really tough year. But,
oh boy, yeah. And you got to be patient. You got to be diplomatic, and yeah.
Got to try and find a way to. Whose screen?
Yours.
Mine. Oh, that might be my lights being funny. Yeah. Hopefully it will stop. Okay. Lots of people saying goodbye. It's a nice, pretty little display there.
Wow, that's fancy.
Oh, Kat was expecting Jenny to jump on the naked comment, and I probably didn't even draw attention to it. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get through all this. 3 years at that job. The other employers were quitting all the time. Yeah, I think drive-throughs have a lot of changeover, don't they?
Yeah, big turnover.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is our first anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
We've been doing this for a year.
Wow.
I went back and looked, Gareth. The first episode. You know what day the first episode was?
5th, 8th,
January 11th.
January 11th. Nice. Yeah. I know we chatted about it just before Christmas, but we didn't do it until January. So yeah, it's cool, isn't it? This is so we love the fact that you guys want to join us, and this me and Dave say that we can't wait. It's like one of our favorite things that we do. So yeah, and it's very late for me, but I love it. And I'd be up anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Diane.
Okay.
Oh, you skipped over Kelly.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, whoa. Sorry about that. Yeah. Hi, Kelly. Sorry. Just
Happy 2025.
That's why you can't rush it. Do you know what I mean? And then people will go, "Oh, he's an hour behind."
That's the problem.
Yeah, and then it goes out of context.
yeah. Got to think about the reason why someone said something. It took a Cronenberg to even try. Yeah, absolutely. He just did but okay. So it wasn't really like the book. Yeah, lots of people saying hello. If you're still here, I'm reading Orla. She probably saw that. Oh no, she might not have done. No. How to murder your employer and wondering how many times I need to be caught with it at work. Nice. Before you get a raise, love it.
Or fired.
Yeah. Yeah, the talking typewriter. I remember that. Dr. Ben, hold on.
Oh,
yeah,
from
that's from the book. Yeah, that would be from the book. Yeah.
I got to read this book.
Yeah, I reckon I'll get to it. I mean, I'm going to relax a little bit on the banned books once I get to 24 because I'm finding it hard to juggle everything. But I'm definitely going to do 24 for the event, you know. Squirrels and woodpeckers are Mr. Foxes. Oh, okay. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the trouble is, you know, you want to respect the people who have read something. Classic Jenny comment. We've done well considering Jenny doesn't like people. She's always here.
Yeah.
Why do
That's a good question.
That's a classic moment. That could be the title of the whole live stream. Squirrels, skunks, groundhogs, raccoons, possums, and 20 bird species living in the city. That's cool.
Yeah.
Possums. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a possum out. I might have seen a possum in a zoo. I think there might have been a possum in a zoo, but yeah.
They're kind of scary creatures when you run into one in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, her sister had she was hiding in the house, but her sister had a standoff with one in the yard, and I was surprised at how big it was. Yeah, it was pretty tense. It was one of those like really because she got out too quick for me. I usually try to get out first, make sure, because we do have some wildlife around here, coyotes and stuff. She got out, just slipped out too quick, I guess because she knew it was there, and she got on the other side of it, like ran down the deck stairs and got on the other side of it, and then it was like just like that, exactly the way I did it.
Yeah.
And so they were like, and it was one of those situations that were like so tense because I ran up to the edge of the deck, and I didn't want to like take my eyes. I didn't want to like leave to go to the stairs because I was trying to like tether Riley with my voice. You know what I mean? But I didn't know what to do, and I was like super proud of her. I just talked her around the freaking possum, and she came back, and I'm like, Riley, this way, Riley, you know what I mean? And she listened, and
that's awesome. So a possum's quite dangerous for dogs then?
I mean, I'm not a possum expert, but it looked nasty. I mean, it was baring its teeth and hissing.
Yeah, they got teeth.
Yeah.
Ugly looking creatures.
I know they got a reputation for if they're scared, they just play dead, don't they?
We get the occasional snakes in our yard.
Really? Well, dangerous
Yeah.
snakes or just harmless snakes?
I actually don't know, but I would not take my chances. The color is bright yellow.
Okay, yeah, that sounds dangerous. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's always good to err on caution, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I'd never see snakes. There's very rare you'll get a wild snake in Britain, so snakes are very scary to me.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I mean, don't play with the snakes is usually a pretty good philosophy, I think.
Yeah, like don't whiz on the electric fence. That's another one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
going to take off, guys.
All right, Jim.
Okay, we'll just take that advice, Jim. Yeah, don't whiz on the electric fence.
Oh, for sure. I learned that long ago.
Oh, Jim, before you go on, are you actually still sketching for my new thingy?
I am. I worked on it. Think about you today. I was working on it today. I had one made up. I totally erased it because I wasn't happy with it, and I started to redraw it. But
okay, awesome.
I'm not going to show it. It needs work. It needs work.
No, that's great. I was just curious.
I've had other stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
I'm definitely working on it, and
no,
I
cool.
just want to make it good. I want to make it, so you're happy with it.
No, that's cool. Thank you. Well, yeah. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for popping in, Jim.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
So William's still here.
He's still
that's a dangerous question. That mic is a little questionable. It's a fairy thing. It's a tribble for Star Trek fans. My groundhog got chased off by the bunnies. Oh wow! Yeah, a skunk. I've seen a skunk in the zoo, but I've never seen a skunk in the wild.
Oh, I've seen a skunk in my yard.
Yeah,
I was like, once again.
Doesn't their smell last like more than a month on you?
It didn't spray me. It was like late at night, and I saw it walking through the bushes. I was out there with one of the dogs, and I just froze and was just praying that the dog didn't see it, and it didn't. Mm-hmm. So it went on its way.
Cool. You need to clean it off. I heard you need to use tomato ketchup.
Oh, really? Well, all over your body?
Yeah. Tomato ketchup to clean off skunk.
Someone might have just been a bit kinky, Yeah.
Well, when I was little, one of my dogs got hit by a skunk, and that's what we did. We bathed them in tomato sauce.
Oh wow!
Mm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They also use tomato sauce to clean off old coins.
Is that right?
Yeah, I did that in school with tissue and tomato sauce. We clean really old coins from all the grime.
Huh. No, I guess maybe it's a little acidic, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
No. Talking of old coins, Ali, my wife, has said we were just watching something about metal detecting, and she said, "I wouldn't mind doing that. That's amazing because it came out of nowhere." So I'm going to look up how expensive these things are, these metal detectors. But they're probably
lemon juice also works to clean coins.
Lemon juice. Oh, I've heard lemon juice does, yeah, but I didn't know about tomato ketchup. But
acidic.
Yeah. But yeah, my wife might end up being a metal detector. She'll be out on the beach going looking for coins, or whatever.
That's great. You look excited.
Well, I'm just curious. Yeah. BookTube friends don't count. We all know that reading time does not get interrupted. I had a colleague look at me weird when I pulled out my Kindle at work. He was watching football. Yeah, there are a lot less people reading, so you're not necessarily. I mean, years ago, you'd go on the London Underground and everyone's got a book, and now everyone's looking at their phone.
I still look at books in public.
Yeah.
I bring one I don't go anywhere without one. I mean, if I go to the doctor or whatever, and so once in a while you get a comment because you don't see as many people like waiting in the doctor's office. Most people waiting in the doctor's office are on their phone. you don't see as many people reading anymore. So, but whatever.
And sometimes they're not even looking at anything that they're interested in. They're just like scrolling like mad.
Yep.
And it's funny, because, and I know that it doesn't, they can switch off when they do it. I do get it, but it's not something I've wanted to do. Better than food. Very good channel. Just saw his top books of 20. Yeah, I need to watch that. Yeah, he's a very interesting channel. Very, very academic in his approach. It's raining up here till Sunday. I'm getting a life to the guitar shop. I'm getting a life to the. That must be a typo. I'm getting a life to the guitar shop.
Lift.
Getting a lift. That's it. Getting a lift to the guitar shop. Nice. New pickup. Some strings. A pick guard. Yeah, cool. That's good. Oh, going now. Okay. He's gone now. He's gone to get his stuff. Yeah, enjoy. Okay.
I have to.
Yeah. Let's watch some videos of us chasing wildlife around. Yeah, I'm not. I've been accused of being not being proper Portsmouth because I'm not massively into football, because football's huge in this city. We got a big football team, and when the football match happens, the entire city changes, and there's like millions of people around, and the buses take forever to get somewhere, and all that, and all the pubs get really busy. So yeah, the football stadium's just about 15-minute walk from here. So yeah. I work in the bookies. Yeah. So you know all about odds on and all the sports events. If they're bald like our bunnies, I might get a new pet. I don't know what it's about.
Her bunny's capturing a raccoon or something.
Yeah. Thanking my unsubscribed folks. Jenny helps me as well. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully it gets noticed, innit? If you start trying to cater your videos for the subs, you'll just get into a right mess, and you probably won't enjoy it anymore, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to skip these little chatty bits. Oh yeah, so yeah, John Cini watches Cliff Phillip Better Than Food as well.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people, they get a lot of views, but not as many subs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We're just not yes, absolutely. I mean, sometimes the really big booktubers, they got tons of editing going on and like really clever, little fancy bits they put in their videos. And I'm not going to do that. Oh, it goes from tickle. Wow. Is that to do with, what was I saying? Oh, that was about licking the peanut butter, I think.
Oh, right.
Pimping the putt, puppy. Retired readings here.
Love it.
Brother. Did you get your dinner and big raspberry dessert? Oh, this is something reference to their chat, I think. I don't mind the different time periods and POVs in Cloud Cuckoo Land. Here you go. This is for you, William. So far, I find the writing more to my liking than Cloud Atlas.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I like Cloud Cuckoo Land. The characters are relatable. It's just the structure. It's a little weird. It's not organized.
Yeah.
I'm a liar, and so is my wife. Life of Brian reference from Brian. Love it.
I just rewatched that a couple of weeks ago because I didn't remember it. Had been like so many years. I didn't remember well enough. It was one of those many ones that I'm like, oh, I got it. It's time to rewatch that. And
I saw
quite as good as I remembered it. To be honest,
I think some things work better than others. I personally don't think the biggest dickest bits are that funny, but some of it is. And some of it's not necessarily that funny, but really clever and enjoyable to watch. Like what have the Romans ever done for us? It's just become part of our culture, really. You get that reference all the time in loads of things. So I think things like that makes the film just enjoyable sometimes rather than just laugh out loud funny. But Holy Grail, I think, is much funnier.
Yeah.
I'm dropping off in about a minute.
All right, mate.
I'm just looking at the timer. I want to go like at 2 hours 20 flat.
Okay.
No joke,
40 seconds.
OCD.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's try and get something that. And the cheesecake yet. A friend of mine wrote a poem about cider while deep in his cups. Did he slow his words? Okay. He was drunk most of the time. I knew him. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to play completely trashed. Yeah, well, exactly. So oh, okay.
Gotta go.
Okay, so okay.
Right, see you, William. Thanks for
William.
coming, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That was great having you on. We'll have to get William on for a proper long stay, innit?
35 years, nice.
Yeah, that was 35 years. I mean, I think once you get into the routine of it, it becomes your diet, and you know. So I think a lot of people sometimes there's a period of adjustment. It's way too healthy for me and my people. I love the fact Jenny's always speaking for the Scottish.
Yeah.
It's like everyone thinks that every Scottish person's like Jenny.
On behalf of all of Scotland, right?
Yeah. I tried vegetarian a few days. I was hungry and mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe all life sentient, so I thank all my food and then eat it, presumably. Oops. We could probably deep fry it. Fenway is played by Roy Schneider, no less. Okay. Oh, that's from Naked Lunch, isn't it?
Roy Schneider's the best, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Roy Schneider, yeah.
Hello, we'll spam and stay. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be like that again. Oh, Brian's off. See you later, Brian.
See you, Brian.
Right, there's going to be some of these. Oh, here we go. Cat says possums are adorable. Had one legit play possum in a planter. Fanny was sad that she couldn't sniff it. Ran off the second. Big girl went back inside.
Yeah, well, maybe that was a baby possum. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound too intimidating. Whoops. Snake bite hurts either way. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do not pet a raccoon. Detectorist. Well, yeah. There's a show over here. I don't know if you guys get it. It's a very gentle comedy, and like comedy in inverted commas. It's more like a drama, but very gentle, kind of cozy program.
Okay.
And it's called the Detectorists.
Okay.
And it's about two metal detectorists. One's played by Toby Jones is one of them, and Mackenzie Crook's the other one, and it's written by Mackenzie Crook. And I've seen one of the episodes. I really enjoyed it. It was like switch your brain off and just watch absolutely nothing for an hour. It was really nice, and I've suggested to Ali that we watch it properly. But if anyone watches that, I'd be interested to know. I've never seen a raccoon outside the internet. Yeah, I don't.
Really?
Oh no, I saw some raccoons in New Orleans.
Oh man, I've done serious battle with raccoons.
Well, they get in your
for years. Like, oh yeah, they get in the stuff, get in the garage. My old house, they got them ripped a hole in the garage. They get stuck in it, destroying it to get out, and they're very capable, you know, because they're like the most dexterous, like they're like as dexterous as you can be, I think, without having opposable thumbs. You know what I mean? They're like
very clever.
Piss on your piece. That's a reference from the Detectorist?
I think.
Piss
on your piece. Don't know. Yeah, maybe. All caught up again. Oh, Jenny's gone.
All right. See you, Jenny.
Bye, Jenny. There's 15 people still in the chat, so they're not all disappearing. Kat says goodnight. Elaine says goodnight. Oh, there you go. So Constance watches it. I love the Detectorist. I want to live in that world. Saw the series multiple times. It's so good. You guys should watch it all. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's very gentle. I don't know if how well known this character is over your way, but there's a character from the 80s that John Pertwee played called Wurzel Gummidge. It was a scarecrow who came to life, and Mackenzie Crook, who wrote The Treacherous, reimagined Wurzel Gummidge recently as well, and those Wurzel Gummidge programs are really good. Did it for Christmas. That's probably a possible raccoon, isn't it?
Yeah,
raccoon. I think that's a raccoon. Oh, look, we have caught up. Constance says, "Life of Brian."
Oh, that's from Life of Brian.
Piss on your
Okay,
piece.
yeah.
Is it? I piss on your piece.
Yeah, I guess so.
Don't remember that. I love one of my favorite moments in Life of Brian is right at the beginning when he's going to speak up, and then he can't hear. They're right at the back of the Sermon on the Mount.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
And he's like going,
oh, then they all start fighting.
and he says, because obviously in the speech, the original speech, if it existed, he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers."
Yeah.
And then and then one of them goes, "What? Blessed are the cheesemakers?"
Yeah.
and then the other guy goes, "I don't think it's just cheesemakers. I think it's all manufacturers' dairy goods." So brilliant. No, there's some great moments. And obviously all I think Eric Idle was kind of like the star of that film. All of his characters are really funny, like he's like, "Crucifixion or freedom?" "Oh, freedom, mate," and he's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "No, I'm just joking." You Roman's got no sense of humor and all that. Brilliant stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I'll tell you what, that's an interesting thing as well. Did you find it really interesting that there's that scene that's really dated now where he talks about, "I want to be a woman," and he's like, "Well, how are you going to be a woman if you can't have babies and all that?"
Brian?
Yeah, that's in Life of Brian.
No, but Brian says that?
No, it's when it's one part of the Judean
one of
People's Front.
The posse of the people that always convene and plan but never do anything. That group.
Yeah, he wants to be called Loretta. Remember all that?
Yeah.
And I watched that scene recently. And I just thought, well, actually, that is like that would be seen as completely anti-trans now.
Yeah.
Because he's like going, "Well, you can't be a woman if you can't have babies and all that." And it's just like, well, actually, so it's really interesting, isn't it? That how something that would have been just an innocent and genuinely funny scene is now, that's very different now.
Yeah. That's true.
Olive's being all sweet and cute.
Oh, you being all sweet and cute, huh?
I think Kat's trying to say that we are as well. I think that's what's Kat. That's implied. I think by what she's saying.
Yeah. Oh, Olive and Dave and Gareth. Oh, Olive and Dave and maybe Gareth a little bit. There you go.
So, should we talk about the Christmas presents? You said you were going to show a couple of.
Yeah. What'd you get? You going or what?
You go first.
Me go first?
Yeah, and I'll have a jammy Dodger.
Okay, so my daughter gave me. I also got bookish things, but just books. So I told you my daughter gave me this Ice by Anna Kavan. She also gave me this, which I'm very excited about. You're gonna like this. I've wanted this for a while. This is the Penguin Classics Deluxe version of Crime and Punishment.
Oh wow!
Yeah, look at this. Is amazing. Look at the.
That's a great cover.
Art on this, and they make some.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They make some really good
French flaps.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, they make some really nice. The Dracula is really nice too. They make some really nice classic deluxe editions, and it's got the deckled pages and everything. So that was nice. Then somebody, I don't know who, sent me this. Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eaves. So this is my present from Gareth. So we got that.
Yeah, I absolutely love that book. I really hope you like it.
Erie was kind enough to send us this, A Christmas Carol 2, Rise of the Juggernauts, which we're still reading. This is like this is nuts. This is like this is nuts.
I love that.
And was that
awesome.
all the books? I got myself a couple presents when I went to pick up my daughter from school. I got a couple things. These were nice finds, actually. Usually, so this is the bookstore by her school, and so I went and picked her up for Christmas break. Normally, I'm getting like these old vintage sci-fis, for like $2 a pop.
Yeah, yeah.
And this time I didn't. This time I only got a couple things, and they were more expensive. They were not just a couple bucks a pop, but these were totally nice finds. So I got this. I found this ARC copy of Harleen.
Oh,
I can't see it because I can't. But
that's
I mean,
cool.
To me, this is like invaluable because I would never get an ARC copy of one of these.
Awesome.
So I just like having the ARC copies, and the art. I don't know if you know this writer / artist. I don't know how to pronounce it. Stepan Sajic, but I've read stuff by him before. Death Vigil, and he's pretty good, I think. So I was very excited about this. Then awesome. I found this, and I had never heard of this before. So I'm like, anyway, so let me just show you. The Year's Class Picture by Dan Simmons.
Oh, okay.
It's actually really short. It's just really, it's just a story, really short story.
So it's all prose, is it, or is it a graphic novel?
No. It's not a graphic novel. It's a story. It's like a short story, and it's about. It sounds very cool. It's about this woman that she's a teacher, and she's I haven't read it yet, but it's a teacher, and she's trying to teach a class of little zombie kids. And she's, for however reason, like I guess because they're still little kids or something, she has the class. It's a zombie apocalypse, and so there's like real zombies outside. She's trying to keep her class going and keep them away from all these like actual dangerous zombies, and just teach this class of little zombie kids. So it sounds really cool, but I had never heard of this before.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
So I just looked it up because I hadn't heard of it, and look it up.
Did you order it specially when you found it? It was like, oh, we're going to order that.
No, I found this at the bookstore.
Oh,
I just stumbled on it, so I paid $8 for this.
Wow!
Because when I saw it there, I'm like, what is this? And I went and looked it up. Go look it up, and you'll understand why I paid $8 for this. You can't get this.
Right. Okay. So it's like crazy money.
It's crazy money. Crazy money.
Okay.
And then I just found this. This just sounded cool. This is 40. It's like a I'd never heard of this before. But it was this is also, I think this is all, this is also an ARC copy. But so just, can I read it to you or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know it.
So it says, in a future America ravaged by, so the byline is American Myth of the Future, a vision of civil war, spectacle, and disaster of biblical proportions. So it's got like a religious sci-fi sort of thing. In a future America ravaged by natural disaster, pandemic, and political unrest, a fundamentalist religious faction emerges. As the chosen gain power, enticing civilians with bread and circuses, a civil war breaks out between its members and the U.S. government. So it goes on and on. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it just sounded like a pretty cool premise. So
yeah, that's
like
awesome.
I'd be into. So those are my presents to myself. And I think that was it in terms of my daughters gave me, they gave me a book travel mug. They gave me some nice metal bookmarks. Nice. I got a book. I got like a reading books in the North Pole mug for my coffee, and so all book. They know me, so it's all book stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, all right, what'd you get?
So I'm gonna move those a little bit. I got. So there was this guy in America.
Yeah.
Who
a
sent
handsome
me
guy? Was he
a
handsome
very
guy?
handsome guy
And charming?
who's really charming, beautiful man. Really beautiful man with a very sexy dog. And he got me Stephen Baxter's Evolution. He got the ring light going crazy here. Yeah. It's literally right in the middle of the book, Evolution. There it is, which I remember you saying was your favorite book. So I was very chuffed to get this. It's a really nice copy. So you wouldn't have felt it necessarily. But it's a nice little floppy version. So yeah, that was really cool. Stephen Baxter's Evolution. It's what is it? It's quite a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of long.
750 pages, man.
Wait, are those because we don't have that version over here. Are those like not very wide pages?
Yeah, it's quite a small book, yeah.
Oh, that's annoying. I'll have to send you a different version.
No, it's all good.
I didn't know it was like that.
And actually, funnily enough, the left page margin is crazy. You got to like proper like open it out. But no, it's all good. No,
don't read that. I'll send you a different. I'm gonna get you.
You want to do that?
Don't read that. I want you to enjoy your experience. I got to send you the other thing anyway, so don't read that. Give that away. I'll send you a better one. I'll get a US version and send it to you.
I got that. And I bought. Oh no, I got. So this one's a funny one because I put this on my Christmas list, and I don't know why. I can't remember why. Someone on BookTube mentioned this book, and I've actually got a Christmas present video coming up soon. And I say, if anyone in watching this can tell me they talked about it on their channel, it really helped because this is called Confessions by Kane Minato.
I never heard of that one.
And it's about what is it? Hold on, I've got to try and. I'm not going to use my glasses. So I've got to put it far away so I can. When Yuko Muraguchi's 4-year-old daughter died at the middle school where she teaches, everyone thought it was a tragic accident. Now it's the last day of term and Yuko's last day of work, and she tells her students she's resigned because of what happened, but not for the reasons they think. Her daughter didn't die in an accident. Her daughter was killed by 2 pupils in the class, and before she leaves, she has a lesson to teach. So yeah, I remember there was someone said something about it, and I was like, "What? That sounds interesting." So anyway, that was bought for me, and then this one I bought from money I got. So the Black Tongue Thief.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard of that one.
Yeah, I keep hearing about it. So I think I'm going to really like that. So that could be a February read. And something that you'll definitely relate to. I've got 2 Batman graphic novels.
Nice. Let me see them.
Yeah, so I've got Year One.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah, I'm really pleased to have this. It's Frank Miller. Have you read Year One? I
haven't.
It's a really popular one, isn't it? And then this one, my son got me this one, and he said that his girlfriend works at Forbidden Planet, and he asked, there was like a Batman expert in Forbidden Planet, and he said, what's the best one to get? And he said that this is the new one that's come out, and he said it's brilliant. So this has only just come out. It's called Batman City of Madness.
Oh.
Hold on, try and do it so you can't see the glare. Yeah, Batman City of Madness. And
the
artwork's awesome. So it looks like the text and the artwork is by Christian Ward.
Oh. Can I see the
artwork?
The interior art?
It's very kind of oil painting-y. Hold on. So yeah. So that's very exciting. So I want to try and go on a little journey through Batman stuff through the year. I've got Hush to read. And then I think I'll have to get some more to read more. But yeah, so 3 more I can read, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to read. So I historically have not been a huge Batman fan, but I definitely need to read. There's a few that I want to read still. I mean, like did you read The Killing Joke?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I read
That's
that when I was a
amazing,
teenager.
right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's funny because obviously Michael K. Vaughan hates it, and when he did the video of it, he said he says that what happens in it doesn't suit Batman. He says it's too violent, too gross, too in your face, and I get it, but I think when I read it, I didn't really take comics and graphic novels seriously. I mean, graphic novels were at the early part of graphic novels in those days, weren't they? But I didn't take comics seriously. And then because I did buy comics when I was a kid and then stopped reading them when I wasn't a kid anymore. And when I read The Killing Joke, I was like, oh, wow, this is like an adult version of comics. And I really loved it. And it was, I think the way it's written is brilliant. Like the way he tells the story is really good, regardless of the violence in it.
Yeah.
Incidentally, talking about that, because that's Alan Moore, isn't it? I wanted to talk to you about the fact that I have now, the last few days I've been like full on concentrating on watching the Watchmen series.
Okay.
Have you watched it?
I haven't.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Really good.
Okay.
I think people have been upset by the fact that it's not Alan Moore, and they've done some things in it that would be seen as like a modern thing, people calling it woke or whatever, but it's absolutely brilliant. And there's some, and you really got to think about the things you're like, what? And then things will be explained later, or you've got to really think about it to understand what's going on. It's very cleverly written, and there's loads of ideas in it, and some of the camera work is phenomenal. Definitely worth watching it. And you don't really have to know Watchmen, the graphic novel, really, to watch it. It does help because there's references to the original source material. There's 3 characters that were in the original book, but it's in the future. It moves it forward. It's like a sequel, so it's new characters as well. Yeah, really, really good. I've got the last one to watch tomorrow. I thought I was watching the last one earlier when I was watching episode 8, and as it was getting towards the end, I thought this is a weird way to end it. And there was like 5 minutes left. I was like, 5 minutes? How are you going to end this story in 5 minutes? This is ridiculous. And then when it got to the end, I was like, what? That's a terrible ending. And then I noticed there's another episode to go. Like, okay. Clearly, you are gonna finish some of these stories.
Oh my gosh, so many things to watch. That's the trouble. I just I got to read too, and
yeah. No, I know it's always a juggling act, but I do think people who just read they do miss out on some really good things. I think sometimes.
Did we talk? Did we talk about Silo?
You talked about it in Greg and Al's chat, but I haven't read the books yet, and I haven't seen the show because it's on Apple TV, I think, over here.
Yeah.
So I can't. I don't access Apple. So is it really good?
Oh, it's excellent. It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, you just wait. I mean, it's a good way through the second season now. They drop them weekly, but like when it's over, I'll tell you when it's over. It'll be a couple of weeks, and then you just buy 1 month of Apple. You can just binge 2 seasons.
It's the 3 month. A lot of people do that, don't they? I need to do that for Paramount so I can watch Strange New Worlds. I still haven't seen any of Strange New Worlds.
You haven't seen any?
No, none of it, because it's on Paramount channel, and I can't. I'd have to justify getting another subscription just to watch one show, and
you just get it for 1 month. Just get it for 1 month and watch the whole thing,
and then binge it. Yeah.
There's a couple seasons to watch at this point. So what, 3? Yeah, like 3 seasons.
There's the third one's about to start, isn't it?
Oh, is it? It's been 2. Okay,
I think so. They did a trailer for the third season.
I get confused because it was also part of Discovery, so there was a whole
Discovery we had. So well, we had most of it, and in the last season they moved that to Paramount. So, but I'm not as bothered about that. I like Discovery, but like more than a lot of people. But Strangely World seems to be like really good. So I feel like I'm missing out with that. But you love Discovery,
like half
don't
a
you?
season in that like was actually in Discovery, right? That's
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I got to finish The Leftovers. I still got a season of that. Have you watched that at all?
No.
Yeah.
Don't think I know it.
That's really good too. I paused to watch Silo, but it's like that's what I mean. There's too many good things to watch.
we both watched From, haven't we? But the third season hasn't appeared over here yet. Have you had the third season of From over your way?
I can watch it, but it drops weekly, and it's another. Yeah, we would need MGM Plus,
right?
So, and it's dropping weekly, so I'm not going to take on another regular streaming service to watch that. I got too many other things to watch, so I'll wait until I watch the first 2 seasons. I binged them on Prime, so I'll wait.
That's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good. So that we get that on Sky Atlantic. So we have like 2 main sources of getting loads and loads of channels. One of them is Sky, and one of them is Virgin Media.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Virgin Media, and to get the Sky channels, you have to get something called Now TV. So we've got Now TV, so I can get some of the Sky channels, which means we can watch Game of Thrones, and any HBO stuff is on Sky Atlantic, which is a Sky thing. So Last of Us was on that as well. House of Dragon, all that, so we've got that. So when they do release the 3rd season of From properly, officially, I'll see it on that. But that's got all the Walking Dead stuff on it as well. And that's one thing I wanted to do this holiday, and I'm running out of holiday now. I wanted to do a video about all of the extra Walking Dead stuff, because I've seen them all now.
All the additional Walking Dead shows, like Daryl Dixon and the Michonne Rick one and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and Negan and Maggie as well.
Okay. That's another one. I still have to finish the 2nd season of Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, that's the best one, I think, by a mile. I think it's so brilliant. Someone said I didn't watch the video, but someone put up a thing on YouTube, 10 worst TV shows of 2024, and there was a thumbnail that included Daryl, and I thought, whoa, if you're saying that's one of the worst shows this year, that's crazy, because it was so good.
Yeah,
like first season was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and the second one is just as good. Like they really carry on with the plot, and it's like to develop it, obviously with Carol in it as well, and again, you don't know what where it's going to go. It's nicely unpredictable without being mad. It's just really well written. So I don't know why someone would say it's the worst show. It's bizarre.
Yeah,
but there we are. Some people just want to moan, don't they?
Yeah. That one was pretty good. Why am I blanking on the? So there was the Rick Michonne one, which was pretty good, and then why am I blanking on the other one?
Well, Negan and Maggie.
Oh, Negan and Maggie.
Yeah. That was in New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought
that was
good. The least good of the 3, though.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So when I do the video, I'll say I liked it, but it was definitely the least. It was the least reason to do it as well, in a way. It was just like the other 2 were quite different in the story they built up, whereas Negan and Maggie one, it was pretty much just like Walking Dead, wasn't it? It was just like, just like a pantomime villain. Once they got there, and Negan and Maggie arguing a lot, which doesn't mean it was bad, but it wasn't as fresh and different as the other 2. Yeah. Americans being enticed with bread and circuses sounds about right. Bread's amazing. Bread is amazing. Excellent on the Crime and Punishment, Dave. It's yet another Somerset read. I might want to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair dues.
Yeah, I read like half of it years ago, and I never finished it. It's like story of my life, many years ago. So obviously I just start over. But yeah,
when I was doing my degree, I read Foucault, which was not like philosophical thoughts about crime and punishment, but it wasn't actually crime and punishment. Can't remember what the really famous Foucault book was. but I was reading a lot of philosophy in those days. Someone might want to remind me what that was. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, cat's gone.
Cat.
Confessions. Oh, here we go. It's excellent. First section of it alone already has a shocker of a surprise ending, and it only goes further. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, there was something about whoever it was that mentioned it on Booksy made me think, oh, I want that. And it clearly is quite different by the sound of it. So that's cool. So John says that it does something surprising at the beginning and then keeps going. That sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
now I'm feeling like yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just gonna say now I'm feeling like I do remember that one. As
Confessions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not having read it, but I mean as having noted it and thought it looked interesting.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that those kind of stories that are so seemingly unique. I haven't read it yet, but seemingly unique. It's like that makes you want to read it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what I'm going to think of Lolita. I know it's your favorite book, but I don't know. It's the idea of the book that makes me want to read it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so different.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But that's probably going to be my next band one after reading.
When do you think? I'm not rushing because I'm just curious because I'm kind of thinking what things I'm going to read next, like in the coming months. When do you think Something Wicked This Way Comes will fall in the schedule about?
Well, I was thinking because I did this video about my plans for the year, and it just felt ridiculous that I said I was doing a Ray Bradbury deep dive, and I haven't talked about Ray Bradbury for so long.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make that a bit of a priority. So it's not the next book. So I need to do a video on Golden Apples of the Sun, which I've read half of. I need to finish it. I mean, these are rereads, but to be fair, it's so long since I read them that they feel quite fresh. So I need to finish that, do a video of that. Then it's Dandelion Wine and The Day It Rained Forever. I need to read those two before Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Yeah.
So I reckon even if I said, right, I'm going to prioritize Ray Bradbury, I reckon that'd be a month of reading those anyway while I'm reading the other things.
Yeah.
So I reckon Something Wicked This Way Comes, we could think about February.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Well, I might read Dandelion Wine too. I have that and I wanted to read that. That's not that long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read that. Just tell me when you start it.
Okay.
No commitment. Just tell me when you started.
Yeah. So that could be in a week's time, really, isn't it? Because
I
feel like this. I'm going to keep dipping in and out of this. If I just read this, there's a danger that that's all I've read in a month. I like to vary it a bit, so I might get to like I don't know another quarter or something, and then start Dandelion Wine. You know, have you read this, Invisible Man?
No, I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's quite. I feel like it's quite a unique experience because he's got this sort of thing where he goes into these sort of dream states. There's lots of references to dreaming and it's quite hallucinogenic in a way sometimes. And then they'll do other chapters where it's really like direct and it's like a very clear, natural, realistic conversation. And the prose gets really realistic again. And then he'll go off on another kind of purple prosy bit. Yeah, it's funny. It's two different writing styles in the same book, you know. Yeah, Confession sounds like a criminology kind of book. Yeah, it might have been criminology. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, over the years, I've read loads of things that he's recommended. He's been one of the I don't know, half a dozen booktubers that have been the most frequent catalysts for me to get a book. So there's a few, but he's definitely one of them. I mean, I don't know, what would it have been? Like some of the older crime books, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I think Chester Himes, I think I read him because he mentioned it. I don't know, actually. Hard Case Crime, I started reading those because of reading the Stephen King ones, and then I carried on reading them. But yeah, criminology, it could be a criminology thing. I bought a little while ago in Brighton, I found secondhand the Blackboard Jungle, which he loves, but it's also Evan Hunter, who's Ed McBain. So that's like a school-based book. And it's quite a famous book. So I've got that to read at some point. But that was a criminal-y one.
Okay.
Which do you get influenced by quite a variety of different booktubers, or is there like some people you think I'm going to watch this and he's probably going to suggest something I want to read? Or she?
Yeah, I get influenced by a bunch of different people, I think.
Yeah. I think that's someone said oh, what was it? I think they commented on, that I've done some of those videos where have been lots of different booktubers recommending books. And there've been quite a variety of booktubers. And I think it's good to watch a variety of different styles, being talked about in it, because it expands your reading loads, doesn't it?
Yeah. I probably, I don't know if this is accurate, actually. What I was going to say was I've probably been most influenced by Vaughn than anybody else.
Yeah.
But I have to say it's there was a British, when I first started watching BookTube, there's a British booktuber called his name is he's a reviewer and stuff too, Savage Reads.
Oh, yeah. He's on TV over here. Like he's not just he's been like,
really?
Yeah, he appears on the news sometimes when new books come out. They want to ask him stuff, and there's like a Sky Arts book club thing that he appears on as well. So yeah, he's kind of made it from possibly from BookTube. I don't know, but yeah. So you watch him a lot.
So not anymore. Just we're just ran out of time, and you're watching. You start watching your friends more and stuff like that. But I used to watch him a lot. He was, when I first started watching BookTube, he was one of the ones I watched all the time, and I really liked him because he was always recommending. He basically read the genres that I don't read typically, but a lot of different stuff. And so he was recommending things that I normally wouldn't get turned on to. Number one, because it was different genres, and number two, because they were big, UK hot books, which sometimes you didn't really hear about over here.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I read a number. So I did read I read a number of books because of him that I never would have read otherwise, that I really, like different types of books that I really enjoyed. But I
remember any of them?
Huh?
Can you remember any of them?
Yeah, there was one. I again, these are things I don't normally wouldn't like, right? Like, so I don't read memoirs, but there was one called "I Am an Island" by Tamsin Kalidas.
Okay.
And that was about a woman that she's a professional in the city, and there's like another mugging like by their house. I think in London they were in, and it's like, they're like, that's it. We've had it. Like, that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. So her and her husband decide they're going to totally change their life, and they're going to go they're going to buy a croft on a Scottish isle. What is it? The Scottish Hebrides?
Oh yeah.
Hebrides.
So,
so they're gonna manage a croft there, and they're gonna give their professional life and manage a croft. And when they get there, everything goes. It's a story of like incredible hardship, because everything goes wrong. This like new husband, he doesn't dig it, and so basically he abandons her. He leaves, and she's alone. The islanders kind of shun her. The croft doesn't go well. She's destitute. She breaks her hands. She's got like everything goes wrong, and she's like you don't know how she's surviving. You know what I mean? But it's a story of perseverance, and and she's still there. You see her on Instagram. She's still there by herself with the croft. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it was a great story. It was it was beautifully written, I thought, and
so is it written about them, or is it written by them?
It was written by her. She wrote it herself.
Oh, wow.
She wrote it herself. It's her memoir.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really good. And I would have never picked that up,
Yeah. There's a similar kind of booktuber I don't know if I'm going to get his name right. He's in London. Is it Carl Anderson Wagner? Is it? So that guy's really, really popular, really big booktuber. I think that's his name, is it? Hold on. It's Carl something. Really, really popular. Shut up. Big booktuber. Carl. If I put in Booker Prize, because he does all that sort of stuff, I put in Carl, I bet it'll come up. So Carl Anderson something, I think. Yeah. Oh, Eric Carl Anderson. Did you know Eric Carl Anderson?
That sounds familiar.
He's really big. He's got, how many he's got? He's got 41,000 subs. And I watch him sometimes, but it's weird because I kind of watch him because I like the way he talks, but he doesn't tend to read books that I want to read. But I've been tempted a few times. But so he's this guy here. I kind of like the way I like the way when he gets really, really involved and gets kind of upset by books and stuff. It's quite cool.
Oh.
This guy.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's good to go outside your comfort zone sometimes, isn't it? And like they might make you curious. There was another guy who actually influenced me a bit. Ink and Paper, something.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, and he's American, but he's very similar to Eric Carl Anderson. So I think it's good to kind of spread out a little bit in it. And actually, Constance, was it Constance or Heidi? I think Heidi recommended a few booktubers I didn't know when I did that the Paxi Awards. She did mention Bryony Durfee, who I did make a little reference to because I put a picture up of him. Because I was going to originally give a Paxi Award to Brian and Randy Ray because they've gone through so much. And I thought, actually, I'm going to do it for Alice and Scott instead. But I did put a picture up of Brian because he's gone through so much for the year, isn't he? And but he and he's written those 3 massive books in himself.
Yeah.
But and I love the fact that every video he says, "I'm the author of these 3 books." It's like before he even starts. But there's a few. So Heidi recommended a few that I need to check out. But there's millions of us, isn't there? There's like so many booktubers.
Yeah.
They keep coming up. Did you see? I sent you a message earlier. There was a new one I discovered earlier.
Yeah, the coffee books and
coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. I haven't. Obviously, I didn't have a chance to check it.
Coffee,
yet.
Cookies, and books. I think it's called. Coffee,
it's right up our alley, right?
Yeah. Sounds like we could get her on the channel.
But
she's just started. Yeah. She's got. I think she's got over 100 subs. I think, but only just. So yeah, she might enjoy getting up on here and saying something. I don't know, but yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, we've still got people here, but we've covered a lot of what we were going to talk about. Oh, I bought this today, right? This is another one that was a charity shop find, and I've heard about the book, and I thought this is not my comfort zone, but actually I'm curious, and it might be a good thing to look at from the point of view of fiction about immigration, and that's Brick Lane by Monica Ali. This is quite a famous book over here, and to be honest, you see it in charity shops a lot, but I thought I'd actually get it. So if anyone in the chat has read this, tell me if it's really good. But it's not the sort of thing I normally write, because I don't normally read domestic stuff. One of the things I realized, because I was trying to think, well, what is it about these like whole legions of books that I don't normally gravitate towards? And I think it's very similitude. I like books that have got a little bit of a quirky element to it, or a little bit fantastical, or a little bit not quite real. But there's obviously a lot of booktubers, a lot of great literature that's real, but proper real, when you get people's experiences in real life. Do you know what I mean? And when you see some of the booktubers I met in London, for example, a lot of what they read is really realistic, and in a similar way, they'd be turned off by some of the outlandish, like science fiction, or do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of realized I think it's very similitude, the idea of realism. I don't like it. Well, I don't not like it, but I don't tend to read as many books that are just 100% realistic.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same for you? Or?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's no. I don't think so. I'm actually kind of getting inspired up by this conversation to pull out some of these other books that I put aside that are actually more normal, non-fantastical books.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
You got me thinking about Savage and some of the books I read for him, and I had more things that I got because of ones that I had read from him. And
are they in reach? Can you get them?
The ones I'm thinking about reading?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the ones that you said the more realistic.
I have a big to be bread basket. So
okay, cool.
Hold on.
Because it might be that they're that I'm forgetting about some of the things that you might go. Oh, you might show something. Go. Oh, actually, yeah, that is something I wouldn't mind reading. You know.
Yeah, but I'll get them. But I can't. No representations because I haven't read these yet. But hold on.
Yeah. Just me and Olive again. Olive. It is a shame that when I'm going to meet Dave next year, and I'm not going to meet Olive, I don't think. I don't know if he'd take Olive to the mall, but yeah, that's a shame. I'd love to meet Olive.
You know, and they're not super long, so that's why I was thinking. So one was that, because you just mean like you're talking about like realistic fiction.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I was just raving about the Mark Twain I'd read, so that was realistic. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so this was one, Hot Milk by Deborah Levy.
Okay.
And so this one was, it's about a woman trying to take care of her mother, and she has like a whirlwind romance, I think. Yeah, Sophia, a young anthropologist, has been trying to solve the mystery of her mother's unexplainable illness. She's frustrated. She and her mother traveled to the searing arid coast of Spain to see a famous consultant, their very last chance, in the hope that he might cure Rose's unpredictable limb paralysis. But Dr. Gomez has strange methods that seem to have little to do with physical medicine. And as the treatment progressed, blah, 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 Sophia seeks a distraction, becoming entangled in the seductive mercurial game. So, yeah, it's just like regular, normal fiction. But but I had read because of Savage Reads. I had read a book a few years back called Swimming Home, which again was just normal fiction. It was just and I enjoyed it, and so I wanted to try something else by Deborah Levy. And then there's another one that I had read. So this is Summer Water by Sarah Moss.
Sarah Moss. Sorry, go on.
She had written, I read a book that because of Savage Reads called Ghost Wall.
Right.
Which I didn't love, but it was different. You know, it was okay. It was different. And so I figured I would try something else by her. So, yeah, I saw this one. This one's like about a mystery, something with, there's like a village or something, and like a family moves into the village, but they learn that there's like secrets, and everybody's got, you know, there's something. What was it? Yeah. They rarely speak to one another, but they do take notice, watching from the safety of the park's rented cabins, peering into the half-lit drizzle of a Scottish summer day, forming judgments based on what little they know of their temporary neighbors. And I think it's like from different perspectives, you know, and and like some shit happens, and you know, so You know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a couple other ones that weren't related to Savage stuff, but it's just some other like normal ones I had wanted to read. You know, The Liar's Dictionary, Keeper of Lost Things. These are all like just normal, non-horror sci-fi fantasy fiction. You know what I mean? That I haven't been reading much of, but I used to read more of.
There is one book actually that I really want to kind of buddy read or group read. I'd love to do it with other people, and it's one that I've just been dying to read for ages. I need to, and maybe if I make it into a thing, I'll actually get to it. And it's one of my favorite films, The Mosquito Coast.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
So it's I think it's the best performance Harrison Ford ever did. But I've had the book that it's based on for a while now, and I'd definitely love to read that. That's that because you reminded me of it earlier when you were talking about saying that these characters were fed up of ordinary life and they just up sticks and they go somewhere else. And obviously that's the plot of The Mosquito Coast. So he's like really anti-modern life and just takes his family against their will into this random forest in the middle of nowhere, and then decides to live there. And I'd love to read that. And I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but that's one that's clearly going to be quite realistic that I'd like to read. But Constance has got one here. Have you guys read Babbitt? I think it's Sinclair Lewis.
No, I think we got a copy. I say it all the time. I think we got a copy here, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, I don't know it. Isn't Babbitt the name of the
jungle? Yeah, that we were talking about before.
No, I thought Babbitt was the surname of that guy that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lewis. I thought you were talking about Lewis.
No. Wasn't he the guy that had his todger chopped off by his wife?
Oh, that was Bobbitt.
Oh, Bobbitt.
Yeah, Lorena Bobbitt was the one that did that. Yeah.
Yeah. So clearly very different, but it's the same surname. So Red Babbitt. So what's Babbitt about then?
I don't know.
Maybe Constance will tell us. Realistic, surprisingly effective. Yeah, I mean, there's I don't want to put shade on stuff that's realistic, but it's just something I noticed that's probably it's more unusual for me to read something utterly realistic.
Yeah.
You know, it does happen, but yeah. And I suppose more if you're reading a classic, then it's probably going to be more realistic, I guess. Lots of them, not necessarily, but I mean, at some point,
my daughter and I are going to read we're going to buddy read. We're going to do our first buddy read. We're going to buddy read while she's home from college. We're going to buddy read Riley Sager book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I've got one. I've found it in a charity shop, and I'd heard about him. Is it him or them? Not sure.
It's a him.
It's a him. But I've got one. I think it's called Survive the Night.
That's the one we're going to read.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that's the one I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a bit of a breeze, isn't it? That one. So I might read that. When are you gonna buddy read it?
As soon as now. She's in the middle of one now, so as soon as she's done, we're gonna read it. I mean, probably, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 days, I would assume, from now.
Yeah, that's cool. Well,
a few days.
I know where it is. It's on my main shelves actually. So
yeah,
I need to, because I just think it's better. I think I'll appreciate the big book I'm reading if I interrupt it with a few other bits, little short stories and stuff, and like fast reads. So
yeah, it should be easy. It sounds like a nice thriller.
Yeah. Oh, MJ's back. She said you're still here.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she went off to do, but she needed to go, didn't she? But she's back. Although she's just gone again.
Good night,
MJ. Good night, MJ. It was really nice having a group of people on. Oh, Medium John Silver's here.
Hey,
nice one. So, An Ordinary Setting, Employment in Samara by John O'Hara is a story about an ordinary guy in 1930 small town Pennsylvania who unravels his life through bad decisions. Yeah. To be fair, I'd probably really like that. It's like I really want to read Wonder Boys, which is about a teacher whose life unravels. Because I've seen the film, but I'd like to read it. But yeah, that sounds really cool, doesn't it? An ordinary guy who unravels his life through bad decisions.
Do you want to get down?
That's cool. I
know.
There's a book called, the really famous book that I've had for a while that I've kind of almost started, called Ragtime.
I've heard of that too, I think.
Yeah, trying to remember the author. It's a really famous book, but I think that is like a slice of life kind of book. And I think it's like period America, kind of possibly the same sort of time, maybe 1910s, 1920s, maybe a little bit earlier. But yeah, that's one that I've got that I might get to. That's very realistic, slice of life stuff. But yeah, appointment in Samara. I'm gonna need to. Who do I send that message to? I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you a message. I haven't got any paper. And I'll be like, "What?" You'll be like, "Why have you sent me?" I just looked. Jim's got a message from me saying, "What was it? The book graveyard." So I'm sending you appointment in. Trouble because Heidi recommends books, and if I don't write it down, Samara.
I'm in Samara.
There you go. You've now been reminded of it as well. Ragtime. Yeah, that's it. E.L. Doctorow. Yeah, that's the one. And I think it's a famous book, and I think he's a famous author. But it would be the first thing I've read by him when I get to it. But I bought it because I thought it might be educational as well, because I think it's quite well respected. So I think the essence of the book is very real. So I thought it might be quite good from that point of view, from a historical point of view. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because Lonesome Dove, everyone loves Lonesome Dove. And to me, that would probably be more like reading a history book, which is a bit silly because obviously people talk about the characters. Have you read Lonesome Dove? Can't remember.
I haven't. No, I got to think long and hard before tackling a book like that.
It's big, isn't it?
It is big.
And I get the impression it's loads of stories put together, like loads of different characters have got their own things going on. And I think that's a different reading experience, isn't it, than just reading a plot. It'd be like probably 5 or 6 plots, probably. So I think that's the thing. I think that might be true. When I'm definitely going to read Grapes of Wrath soon, and that might be 3 or 4 different plots. I don't know. Have you read that?
No.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. I do like John Steinbeck. John Steinbeck is realistic, isn't it? And I do like that a lot. I like what he does.
There's so many things to read, man.
Yeah. Have you read any John Steinbeck?
I have not. You told me I have to read. I think you told me I have to read Mice and Men, right? Isn't that the one you told me I have to read?
If you've not read of Mice and Men, yeah, I think that's a good first go. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's not my favorite actually, but it's probably the best one to start with. I really liked Cannery Road, but not everyone likes that. But I really liked it. But I've only read his short ones. I've read 6 books by him. So it's a nice number, but they're all short. The 2 really famous ones, Grapes of Wrath and East of Eden, I haven't read them. But I really, really like everything I've read by him, though. But yeah, try out Mice and Men. It's not very long. It's about 140 pages or something. It's really short.
Yeah.
So.
So this was totally random, but what happened to Wyndham?
Yeah, I've still got it on because it's winter. I've still got a couple of months to knock a couple out, and I do want to still do that. I haven't talked about that much. I haven't talked about it in the live streams, but yeah, there's 2 I want to read. I want to read Stowaway to Mars and Jizzle. So I do want to read 2 John Wyndham books. Jizzle, what's the matter with him? But yeah, no, that's not going away. I'm quite pleased that that I decided to do it again because I love John Wyndham, so it's all good, you know. And that it was as a tribute to Alice originally, but I think it's quite good we're doing it again. And I didn't know Gavin last year, and he's been talking about it a lot on his channel, so that's really good that he's been reading some John Wyndham as well. So Constance says Babbitt is the main character, an American man living a middle-class life devoted to fitting the mold to succeed and be secure. His perspective is challenged, and the character's point of view is okay. So it's like his life maybe becomes more unstable. He's got to deal with it, I guess. And Medium John Silver says of Mice and Men and the Red Pony, easy, short. Yeah. The Red Pony is really good, but I've read that one. That's really nice. That's what's the one? Oh, the Pearl. I really like the Pearl as well. The Pearl is one about lucky good fortune that happens that doesn't quite end up panning out as well. That's really cool. But yeah, Red Pony is quite a sweet one. The Mice and Men's probably more serious than those other two, but it's an amazing book and iconic characters. So yeah, give them a go when you can fit it in. Slot it in. Do you go to the libraries much?
No.
Is there one near you? Or
there is.
Harder?
There is, yeah, but I just I don't know. I like owning the books.
Yeah, no, I am the same, but I do it sometimes to feel like I might have a look just because there might be a specific reason to look for something, or I might do that.
I think I might have got it from my daughter. I think I have Mice and Men here somewhere.
Yeah,
of Mice and Men.
It's one of those books that you just find by accident and you say, "I get." Yeah, I've got about 4 copies, which I don't need, do I? Did I tell you that I've got there's 9 libraries in Portsmouth?
Oh, that's a lot of libraries.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That is amazing.
Yeah, and there's a part of as you get towards the outer bit of the city, there's an area of Portsmouth called North End, and there's a library there that I keep meaning to go in because I didn't realise there was a library there, and I went past it on the bus. And I was like, "Whoa, I need to go in that." So I'm on holiday. I need to go and have a look. But yeah, it's a bit of a waffle. Was this I don't know. Dr. Rose's book of Daniel is great as well about the Rosenberg trial. Oh. Yeah, Dr. Rose is a very famous author, isn't he? But yeah, I should read Ragtime at some point. But just so I noticed that I thought I don't very often do utterly realistic plots. Yeah. I think that what happens within the characters and their character development stuff is realistic. If you're reading something fantastical, you want there to be a sense of realism, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it, but it is interesting about how what is it that makes us, that drives us to seek out these stories in these sort of, not very realistic settings, like I don't
yeah.
I have to ponder that.
Humor as well. Like I'm hoping if I read that one, there'll be a bit of humor in it. And if it's really dry, then I'm sure it's brilliant, but humor is a big thing for me. It's interesting though. I love it when I see booktubers go, "Well, apparently this one's funny, so I won't like it." I've seen that a few times. It's really funny. But it is more subjective, isn't it? I've just moved the table that had all the stuff on it, and there's literally a pork pie and 2 biscuits on the floor.
You're lucky Ralph and Chico didn't grab those.
I know. I was just thinking they're so old. They haven't noticed that there's food on the floor, guys. What's the matter with you? Years ago, you would have snapped that up in seconds. But here we are. I'm not going to have it. I'm not that desperate. It's not like that pork pie is not only 5 days out of date, but it's also been on the floor for half an hour. So it's fine. It's fine.
Oh boy.
So,
right.
Should we call it?
Yeah, I gotta go. Olive ran off. I gotta go see. She probably needs to go to the bathroom. So
Olive's ran off. Okay. Well, thanks a million, guys, for sticking around and being in the chat. And
thanks, everybody.
Happy anniversary, Dave.
Happy anniversary, Gareth.
And here's to more random chat.
On our next show, we will
we'll have Gav next.
We'll officially have been doing it more than a year.
Yeah. Which is awesome. So we've got plans now. It's not going to be so spontaneous.
Yeah, right. That's our New Year's resolution, right? It's to actually be planned out a little bit.
Try and do maybe
we'll even like have some themes. We'll see.
Yeah, I really liked it when we set homework, but we just stopped doing it, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that was cool when we did that. We'll try and get that back.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and Happy New Year, Dave. And I hope 2025 is really settled, and you know, you get what you need out of the year.
Yeah.
Get a pic of that floor for future thumbnail.
Oh yeah,
the remnants of my live stream snacks. Oh. I've got so much leftover food from Christmas. And I would have just scoffed a lot before, but I can't scoff it now. Thanks, Constance. Absolutely amazing. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a good
Thanks
year.
a lot, everyone. It's been a great year. This has been a real highlight for me. So
yeah, me too. Onward to an even better one.
Absolutely. 2025, the year of the goat. See you later, everybody. Happy New Year.